Teams getting their final instructions from their coaches at 7:30. There's 38 seconds left on the countdown clock, and we're going to get this thing away very soon, and we'll keep you up to date as well as we can on the Charles City West or Waverly Shellrock game tonight, that being played in Waverly. Kicking off from right to left will be Kyle McGrain. He's averaging 41-2 a kick. And kick returning for Decorah on the near side, Jake Upton averaging 20.8 a return, and Colin Nimrod averaging 12.2 a return. Here we go. The official gives the okay to Kyle McGrain. He approaches the football, and we're underway here in Manchester. It bounces at the 20, takes a lateral hop. Hovden takes it near side numbers at the 18. He's to the 20, 25, 30. Jake to the 35, 40. Near sideline to the 50. Jake to the 45, 40. Makes a cut back inside at the 30, and down he goes at the West Delaware 29-yard line. A 53-yard return to start the game for Jake Hovden.
You talk about a fast start, Darren. We talked about it in our pregame show, and the only thing that I guess could top that is if he would have taken it all the way to the house. But, you can't ask much more of Jake there, setting this Viking offense up now on the 29-yard line. You love it when your offense gets these short fields.
Vikes moving left to right. First and 10, 29. LaRue and Nimrod to the left side. Tight end right is Severson. Split backs, Hovden, and leaps. 8 in the box for West Delaware. Dropping a throw is Steffen. Steffen scrambles to his left and scrambles into a sack back to the 32-yard line. Getting in there for West Delaware, it was Austin Monahan. It's a loss of 4.
And you look at this West Delaware team on both sides of the ball on their respective lines. Some pretty big guys out there. I think Coach Post refers to them as big hompers, if I remember correctly. But that's going to be important in the passing game, especially tonight, Darren.
2nd and 14 from the 33 to the left side. Heffern. Wing left is Nimrod. Split backs in the backfield. Give to Colin right side. Has blocking out in front. Gets a block from Keegan Lillefeld and gets brought down on the near side numbers at the 26-yard line. The man who brought him down was Trent Curley. It is a gain of 6 to the 27.
3rd down, and I guess you could maybe call this medium. I would probably call it a 3rd and long here, given the circumstances, Darren. But, we talked about defensive 3rd down efficiency. The offense also going to have to be good in these types of situations.
Minute 15 in, no score. 3rd and 8 from the West Delaware 27. Receivers left and right, split backs up and leaves. Short drop Steffen throws the left side, and it's dropped. It wasn't a perfect pass, but a ball that Brett LaRue would love to get back. As he was covered on the far side by Austin Bishop, it's 4th down.
It's one of those, it was thrown a little bit behind LaRue there, but, that's one of those as a receiver. Instead of kind of turning around and trying to haul that one in with your body, you can just take your hands back to that back shoulder and catch it with your hands instead.
4th and 8 from the West Delaware 27. Football on the right near side hash mark. Heffern to the left side, Nimrod to the right. Tight end right, Severson, split backs, Hovden, and leaps. Steffen takes the snap, drops back. Pop flies the left side, going for Nolan Heffern, and it's incomplete. He was covered by Austin Bishop. He was bumped off his route a bit, and that discombobulated the play enough. And a 3 and out after the big punt return, or the kickoff return, I should say. 10:30 to play, quarter number 1, no score.
Yeah, a bit of a missed opportunity there, Darren, after the big play from Hovden on the kick return. But you got to approach the situation now. Your defense is on the field, and you got to find a way to stop this pretty potent offensive attack for the Hawks.
Lammers is in at quarterbacks with a back in to his right and a back behind him. Here's the give off the right side to Austin Bishop into a crowd, and he gets brought down near the 29-yard line as West Delaware goes right to left. Tackle to Corey Anderson. It's a gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
Yeah, I mean, you talk a lot about Russell being out for West Delaware, but you look at a guy like Bishop averaging almost 7.5 yards a carry on the season, Darren.
2 minutes in, no score, 2nd and 6 from the 30. Lammers takes a high snap, gives to Bishop, runs the right side, has blockers out in front. He gets to the 35-yard line. There is a flag down as Leaps brings down Bishop at the 37-yard line. 1st down pending penalty.
That would appear to be in the area of holding there, Darren.
Came from the head linesman on the far side. The referee will tell us holding on West Delaware. Flag occurred at the 29. So So that'll push the Hawks back to the 19-yard line. We are 2 minutes into the game, no score. Jake Hovden, a long punt return that set up Decorah at the West Delaware 29-yard line, but the Vikes with a 3-and-out after that point. So after the 11-yard penalty, in essence, it's 2nd and 18 from the West Delaware 19-yard line. Split to the left side is Trent Curley. Lammers will be the quarterback. To his left is Bishop. There will be 2 receivers to the right far side, and the hash mark is on the far right side. High snap to Lammers, play fake to Bishop, drop it, a throw is Lammers. Lammers has plenty of time, throws deep down the right side, incomplete. He was going for the man that was covered by Brett LaRue. I believe that was Ridenauer up the far side, and it's 3rd and long for West Delaware.
And we talked about Lammers passing a little bit in the pregame show, Darren, but despite the fact that he's thrown for over 1,000 yards, not the most efficient passer, under 50% completion rate on the year, and he's thrown as many interceptions as he has touchdowns.
4 receivers to the left. Lammers in the shotgun, and he's by himself back there. He will take the snap, rushes on. He'll scramble to his left, pumping once, throwing deep down the left side, going for his man, and the catch is made. Reception made by John Nagel on the near side at the 32-yard line. A well-thrown football for Lammers to Nagel, and it's a gain of 49 and a first down for West Delaware.
Nolan Heffern just kind of lost track of the receiver a little bit that time. Got his head turned around nicely, but when you're going to turn and look for the ball, you've got to have that arm out there keeping track of where the receiver is, and just a little bit too much separation was made on that play.
Football left near hash, 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. High snap to Lammers, keeps it on his own. Reed left side, runs to the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Brent Lammers saying what ankle injury. 32-yard touchdown. It's 6-0 West Delaware. We are 2 minutes and 36 seconds into the game.
And, if there are any lingering effects from that injury that he sustained last week, they don't look very apparent, especially on a play like that. Lammers showing nice patience first to get through the hole, but then turning it up to that next gear all the way to the end zone.
73 yards, 4 plays, 1:06 off the clock. For the PAT, it is Alex Reitz. He's 25 of 34 on the season, so this isn't exactly automatic. Snap, spot, kick, up, and it is good. So West Delaware leads at 7-0. We're 2:36 into the game, and we take a break for Greg and Marty Wise with Plan One Financial. Well, good start for Decorah. Offense, unfortunately, couldn't sustain it, and the defense gives up a touchdown 4 plays into the game. West Delaware, with a district championship on the line, they've come out ready to play as well, Chris.
Yeah, and, Jake Hovden trying to give the Vikings a little bit of a spark on that opening kickoff of this game, but like you said, Darren, the offense sputtered, couldn't make anything of it. It'll be interesting to see here, this West Delaware program certainly isn't the type that has ever, been the kind of back down, so it'll be interesting. Some teams after that opening kickoff would elect to try to keep the ball away from Jake, but probably not something you'd expect a West Delaware team to do. I would expect them to play it pretty straight up, just like they did on the opening kickoff.
That's football right there, and you know what? Tip their hat for doing it. So, kicking off from right to left will be McGrain. Here's the approach and the kick. This one a little shorter. Coming down to Colin Nimrod, center of the field at the 15. He's to the 20, 25, 30. Cuts back to the left near the 30-yard line. Gets covered up by a slew of West Delaware defenders in the vicinity of the 30-yard line. Owen Ward amongst the defenders. 1st and 10 for Decorah from that point. Moving left to right, trailing 7-0, 2:44 into the game.
Vikings attempting 3 passes, I believe, on that first series. Darren, wouldn't surprise me at all if they try to start getting that run game established here this time out. 1st
and 10, 30-yard line. Hovden leaps in an I formation. Split to the left far side is Heffern. Wing left is Nimrod. Tight end right is Severson. Give to Leaps running up the middle. He's hit immediately and dragged down right near the line of scrimmage. No gain up front, no hole up front for Leaps. It's a gain of maybe 1, actually. 2nd down upcoming. The tackle credit will go to Drew Cole.
A lot of black jerseys at the point of attack that time. Not really anywhere for Jacob Leaps to go.
2nd and 9 from the 31. Left side, Heffern. Wing left is Nimrod. Tight end right is Severson. Split backs with Leaps and Hovden. Football in the center of the field. West Delaware with 8 in the box. Here's the give up the middle to Leaps again. Leaps gets tripped up near the line of scrimmage, and down he goes right there. It's going to be third down and long upcoming. Middle of that line responding, led by Adam Newhouse.
Kind of the same concept there, and same result. Jacob Leaps just buried immediately after he took the ball, and the interior of that defensive front for West Delaware definitely stepping up to the task here early.
8:18 to play first quarter, 7-0 Decorah. 3rd and 9 from the 31. To the right side, LaRue. Wing right is Nimrod. Tight end left is Severson. Split backs, Leaps and Hovden. Steffen takes the snap, retreats in the pocket, feels immediate pressure, throws the left side. Diving attempt is made. It's incomplete. Nimrod attempted to catch the ball at the 34-yard line, but he would have been well short of a first down, and that's 2 3-and-outs from the offense to start the game.
And a product again there of just Cole having to try to get out of the pocket before he probably wanted to, and instead of taking the sack, just had to find an open receiver. And like you said, even if that ball's caught, it's not a first down, but Jacob Leaps on to punt for the Vikings.
Leaps averaging 36-7 a punt. Snap back from Zidlicki in good shape, moves forward, gets the kick away, and it's a shank. It bounces at the 50-yard line, hops a little bit into West Delaware territory, and Marshall Johnson covers it up at the 47-yard line. So a 22-yard punt, no return. 7:53 to play first quarter. It's a 7-0 lead for West Delaware, and they're in golden field position right here.
And after the offense sputters, not the kind of kick that you want from your punter that time, but Darren, this is one of those situations where as a football team, as a defensive unit, it's just got to come together. There's no other way to put it. You have to make a stand right here.
So 1st and 10 from the 47-yard line. 2 receivers left. Wing back left is Reidenauer. Lammers in the pistol with Bishop behind him. Lammers takes a high snap, gives to Bishop, right side, finds a gap inside Decorah territory, runs into Jake Hovden and gets dragged down near the left near side hash mark at the 49. It's a gain of 4 for Bishop.
And Bishop, again, a guy that's not maybe the most talked about guy in this West Delaware rushing attack, but he's been pretty efficient once he's gotten his hands on the ball, and pick up a 4 that time. And you'd love to see Bishop gets slowed down before Jake Hovden has to come down from that safety position to make the tackle. 2nd and 6
from the Decorah 49. Lammers takes the snap, off play action. He has all day to throw, fires the right side, overshot his man, incomplete. The intended target on the far side, I believe, was Trent Curley. These numbers are very difficult to read. If I screw anything up tonight, I apologize. It's 3rd down and 6.
Lammers, we talked a little bit during warm-ups, Darren. Pretty impressive arm strength for a high school quarterback, but could have served him well maybe to take a little bit off that one.
7:14 to play first quarter, 7-0 Hawks. 3rd and 6 for West Delaware at the Decorah 49. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Lammers in the gun, Bishop to his right. Lammers takes a high snap, loose football. Scramble on at the 49-yard line, and West Delaware apparently has recovered. I believe it was Lammers that got back on top of his football. It was, and it's 4th down.
This will be interesting. We've if you've seen West Delaware, whether it's this year or in the past, typically, even if they're going to punt, they'll leave that kind of same offensive unit out there.
Lammers is the punter, too.
Yep.
4th and 6 from the 49. 2 splits right, single receiver left, and now Lammers will retreat and snap back in good shape. He'll move forward, get the kick away. Coming down to Jake Hovden in the center of the field at the 10. He'll run to his left, gets to the 15, up to the far sideline, 20, 25, to the sideline, and the 30, and wrestled to the sideline at the 35-yard line. So Jake returns it 25 yards after a 39-yard punt. 6:23 to play first quarter. West Delaware 7 and Decorah nothing.
And some people there, Darren, would make the argument, well, your defense is playing so well, you can justify going for it. But West Delaware trying to play the field position game that time, trying to flip the field. Fortunately for the Vikings, they've got a pretty good return man back there who sets them up in a pretty good spot this time.
1st and 10, 35-yard line. Vikes left to right, left side hash. Split to the left side is LaRue. Wing left is Nimrod. I formation with Wise and Hovden. Tight end right, Severson. Football football on the left hash. Give to Jake, right side, doesn't have a hole. He tried to cut it back to his left and gets covered up in the backfield. A slew of West Delaware defenders all there. Adam Newhouse among them. It's a gain of 0, second down.
Just nowhere to go there, Darren. There's really nothing else you can say. And usually on those types of plays, you at least have maybe a yard to work with before you run into a defender. But the penetration from this defensive front has just been too great so far.
2nd and 10 plus from the 34-yard line. Football left hash. I formation, 2 receivers right. Driving to throw is Steffen. Steffen with time, fires over the middle. Catch is made by Eric Severson. Inside West Delaware territory, brought down in the middle of the field by Austin Bishop at the West Delaware 49. It's a gain of 18 to a first down.
And that's a great job there by Severson, not waiting for that ball to come to him, going up, taking it at its highest point, getting his hands up there, making sure that he was the only person that was going to come down with that ball. Nice job.
1st and 10, 47-yard line. To the left side, LaRue. Slot left is Nimrod. Tight end right is Severson. I formation, Garrett Eyes and Jake Hubden. 8 in the box for West Delaware. Steffen takes the snap, has time, fires to the left side. Catch made by Severson. 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown! Severson caught that among 4 black jerseys and took it up the far side. Numbers for the score. Vikes within an extra point of tying it up with 5:12 to play, quarter number 1.
Severson again, and I talked about it a little bit on the Vikings' first possession of the night with the receiver kind of caught in between with a ball behind him and trying to use his body to catch it. Severson twice in a row on that drive. Great job of going up and catching it with the hands, just like you're taught to do. And that time with a little bit of noise, so to speak, going on around him, still hauls it in, and the Vikings could draw level here.
Snap, spot, kick, up and good, and the Vikes do draw level. 5:12 to play, quarter number 1. It is Decorah 7 and West Delaware 7. Let's take a break for Bruning Rock Products. 7-7 game, 5:12 left, quarter number 1. The touchdown pass for Cole Steffen is his 5th of the year. The touchdown catch for Eric Severson, his 2nd of the year. And Decorah will kick off from left to right to restart the game. So a good answer. You got a stop defensively with the help of a miscue from West Delaware, and you took advantage of it.
Yeah, and you got to give a lot of credit to Severson on those 2 catches he made on that drive, especially on the touchdown. First, the skill to kind of bring that in after it looked like it maybe got tipped around just a little bit, but he hauled it in, and then the presence of mind to not only haul it in, but keep running downfield. Obviously got in for the touchdown, but a huge response there for Decorah.
Kicking off from left to right will be Andy Sinkink. He's averaging 52 yards at kickoff. Here's the approach by Andy and the kick. Coming down to the far side, it bounces at the 5 and rolls into the end zone for a touchback. The Hawks had one guy back deep, but he was in the center of the field, and he just kind of let that one go into the end zone. So the Hawks will have it 1st and 10, 20-yard line, moving right to left. 5:12 mark first quarter, 7-7, Decorah and West Delaware.
And Decorah's had a few guys over the years that have been able to get the ball into the end zone quite a bit. Typically they've done so in the air, but hey, if it bounces in there, same result, and Decorah will take it.
3rd touchback of the season for Andy Sinkink, as I believe there was a flag up the far sideline at the 37-yard line, a block in the back on West Delaware.
That's interesting.
I don't think I've ever seen that before, a block on a touchback. So West Delaware will get penalized 10 yards, 1st down and 10 from the 10-yard line on the first flag of the night. You see something new every day, Chris.
I've definitely never seen that happen, Darren. Nobody even touched the ball on that play.
1st and 10 from the 10-yard line. Split to the left side is Curley. Lammers in a pistol with the back to his right and Bishop behind him. Another receiver split to the right side. 8 in the box for West Delaware. Here's a give to Bishop. He loses the football, and he got back on top of it, or so it appears, at the 10-yard line. It'll be a loss of a little, 2nd and 10+.
Vikings were running a defensive lineman onto the field late that time. I think it was Corey Anderson that was running on late, and actually the ball was snapped basically right as he got to his position, but he already had that momentum built up from running onto the field that he caused a bit of a problem there.
2nd and 11 from the 9-yard line. Football right or far side hash. 2 receivers left, a wing to the right. Lammers takes the snap, gives to Bishop, right side, looks for a hole, tries to exploit one. He brings it up the far side numbers and gets brought down at the 15-yard line. Off the bottom of the pile is Garrett Wise as well as Eric Severson. It's a gain of 6. 3rd down 5 for West Delaware. 7-7 game, 4:20 left first quarter.
And this is where that 3rd down efficiency defensively for Decorah becomes extra important. If you can get a stop here and force West Delaware to punt, you're probably going to get the ball in pretty good field position.
West Delaware converted a 3rd and 17. Lammers throws the left side. Catch is made by Owen Ward. He's out across the 25, brought down on the near side. Hash marked by Jake Hubden at the 26. It'll be a 1st down. Quick developing play, 11-yard gain to Ward, and pretty well executed as well.
Yeah, nice route there and a nice ball. That's pretty tough to cover for a safety if you're lining up with a little bit of cushion on that play.
Left hash, 1st and 10, West Delaware 26-yard line. Lammers takes the snap, gives to Bishop, looks for a hole, gets his tires flattened in the vicinity of the 28-yard line. Big Tom Pekanowski brought him down there. They'll mark him at the 29. It's a gain of 3.
And I think it's going to be really important, Darren, for the interior and even the linebackers on this Decorah defense to really make something happen close to the line of scrimmage, not just from a yardage standpoint, but we've seen twice already West Delaware has coughed up the ball.
2nd and 7 from the 29. Lammers keeps it right side, runs into Garrett Wise, and Wise wrestles him down up the far side. Hash mark at the 32-yard line. They'll give him a gain of 3 to set up a 3rd and 4. 3:18 to play in the quarter. 7-7 score.
And Lammers that time a little bit of a trouble with the snap again. Had to kind of take his time to haul that one in. And nice play there by Garrett Wise right in the middle of that Viking defense, stoning him and not letting him get any further. Another big 3rd down here.
Call it 3rd and 5 from the 31. 3 receivers set, 2 left, 1 right. Lammers in the gun, takes the snap, throws the right side. Knocked down by Andy Sinkink, incomplete. Sinkink snuck up from the safety position in his zone and knocked down the pass that was intended for the far side receiver. It's 4th down.
And that's just a product of being in the right spot, Darren. When you do your assignment, good things happen. Sinkink falling right under that route, right where he's supposed to be, coming up, forcing a punt here for West Delaware.
2:50 mark first quarter, a 7-7 ball game. Lammers is the punter. He'll retreat into punt formation. Jake Hubden, who took a punt back for a score against West Delaware a year ago, retreats, as this one is a little bit of a shorter kick. It knuckleballs down to Hubden on the far side. Numbers at the 27. He's able to break the initial tackle, but not the second one, as he gets brought down at the 28-yard line by Owen Ward. So the punt that time goes 42. The return goes 1. 2:39 left first quarter. It is a 7-7 game. Vikes with the football back. Left to right, left hash from the 28.
And Jake had to take that one on a bounce and lost his footing a little bit at the front end of that return, so he couldn't really get any momentum upfield, but secured the football, and the Vikings have it back with a chance here to take advantage of that 2nd consecutive stop from the defense.
End of the first quarter, Charles City nothing, Waverly Shellrock nothing. 1st and 10, 28-yard line, left hash. Receivers left and right, Sinkink and Wise split behind Stephan, who takes the snap, pitch to Andy right side, looks for a block from Winter, gets one, but he gets run down from behind by Owen Ward at the 30-yard line on the right near side hash mark, or at the numbers, I should say. It's a gain of a yard to the 29, 2nd and 9 upcoming.
And if you remember back a week ago, Darren, that's something that the Vikings had a little trouble with Charles City as well, running those edge plays and having the front side blocked pretty well, but it's a backside defender that comes across the formation ends up making the play.
2nd and 9 from the 29, right hash. Heffern left, Nimrod right. Split backs with Zach Lee and Andy Sinking. Tight end right side is Severson. Here's the give to Zach Lee. Powers ahead off the right side. Gets ahead to the 33-yard line. Brought down by a slew of West Delaware defenders, including Colin Weber. 3rd and long for Decorah inside of 2 minutes to play first quarter, 7-7 game.
You'd like to see the Vikings be able to pick up, at least one first down here, Darren, just to, improve that field position. Obviously, if you can string a few together, you'd love that even more. But, if the Vikings were forced to punt here, you'd be giving up a little bit of that field position.
3rd and 5 from the 33 to the right side. LaRue. Wing right is Nimrod. Split backs with Leaps and with Sinking. Taking the snap is Steffen. Drops back to throw. He'll fire the left side. Going for Eric Severson. It's wide of the mark. Incomplete. Severson was covered by Bishop. Ball off target. 4th down.
Cole had to just kind of chuck that one up. He took a shot at the end of that play. Did a nice job, though. If you're going to miss on that play, you want to miss long, not give any defender a chance to get their hands on it, and that's exactly what happened.
First punt was 22 yards from Jacob Leaps. He'll hope for a better one this time. Back deep for West Delaware is Max Reidenauer. 1:18 to play in the quarter. It's 7-7 Decorah and West Delaware. Decorah scored on their 3rd drive, West Delaware on their 1st. Snap back in good shape. He'll move forward and get the kick away. This one a end-over-end kick that bounces and rolls down to the 26. Reidenauer takes it there. He'll run up the far sideline. Got away from the tackle attempt of Gabe Barney and gets covered up in the vicinity of the 38-yard line. So that's where West Delaware will start. It's a 44-yard punt and a return of 14. 1:05 to play in the quarter. 7-7 game. Decorah and West Delaware. First down and 10 for the Hawks, right to left from the 37-yard line.
And Gabe Varney got himself pinned a little bit inside that time, but did a nice job recovering, coming back to trip up Reidenauer on that play and allowing time for the other members of the punt coverage team to come make that play.
1st and 10 from the 37-yard line. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Football on the right hash. Lammers in the shotgun. Bishop to his left. 4 on the line for Decorah. Here's Lammers. Zone read left side. Finds a gap to the 40. Runs to the 45. To the hash mark in the 50. To the numbers in the 40. To the sideline of the 30. And shoved to the sideline by Garrett Wise. They'll mark him right at the 30-yard line. It is a gain of 33 and a first down.
Second time that zone read has worked really well for West Delaware here tonight. Obviously the first coming on that touchdown earlier in the quarter. Vikings going to have to make some adjustments there.
56 seconds to play first quarter, 7-7 ball game. 1st and 10 for West Delaware at the Decorah 30 left hash. 3 receivers right. To the right of Lammers is Bishop. He'll get the call off the right side. Gets tripped up right near the line of scrimmage. I believe Corey Anderson got an ankle and brought him down at the 27. That doesn't happen. It could be 6.
Yeah, a lot of green space in front of the ball carrier that time, Darren, and Anderson just getting a hand in there to trip him up. Like you said, he might still be running if not for that shoestring tackle.
2nd and 7 from the 27-yard line. 3 receivers right. Single receiver off to the left. Lammers in the pistol. Directly behind him is Bishop. Lammers takes the snap, throws the left side. Catch made by Ward at the 20, and he'll get ridden to the sideline by Colin Nimrod. Curley, rather, on the reception at the 16-yard line. It'll be a first down at that point and a gain of 11 yards.
And as a defensive back, as this game wears on, Darren, you kind of have to make a choice as to whether you're going to continue to let them kind of nickel and dime down the field, or maybe if you want to step up, play some kind of press coverage, and try to make them beat you down the field.
1st and 10 at the 16. 3 receivers right. Single receiver off to the left. Lammers takes a high snap, gives to Bishop right side. Slowed down near the line of scrimmage, and he'll fall ahead to the 14-yard line, and that'll be the final play of quarter number 1. 1 quarter is done. It is 7-7 between Decorah and West Delaware. Let's take a timeout for Wicks Construction. Vikings Radio, 1240 KDEC Decorah and KDECradio.net. Darren Swenson, Chris Wanless here here in Manchester, week 9 of the football season. A 7-7 game between Decorah and West Delaware. You're closer to Mary Herman and our statistician here. And what are some of the numbers that are sticking out to you right now, Chris?
Well, obviously for West Delaware, Lammer's the quarterback, 67 yards on 4 rushes. We kind of mentioned it doesn't look like there's any lingering effects from that ankle injury he sustained last week. But on the offensive side for Decorah, obviously the number that's going to stick out, Eric Severson, 2 receptions, 65 yards, and that touchdown. We talked about third downs as a potential key to the game, Darren. Neither team having that many opportunities yet. However, Decorah 0 of 3 on third down, West Delaware 2 of 4.
So West Delaware will have a 2nd down and 8 as we return to action. They will move to our right, the south end of the stadium at the 14-yard line. No score to Charles City and Waverly Showrock. No score North Fayette Valley in New Hampton tonight. That game being played, I believe, in West Union tonight. Receivers left and right. Wingback right is Reidenauer. In the pistol, Lammers, Bishop behind him. Lammers takes a high snap again. Bishop bobbles the handoff a bit and runs off the right side and gets to the 12. He'll come down in the arms of Garrett Wise. 3rd down upcoming for West Delaware.
That one obviously a running play, but just to point out on the far side of the field there, Colin Nimrod at that far side corner was up in kind of a press coverage look that time, so you wonder if that's something that got adjusted between quarters or just because West Delaware is now in the red zone.
And keep in mind, West Delaware has not attempted a field goal this year. 3rd down and 6 from the 12. Here's a zone read look. Lammers, big hole left side, and he could walk all the way to Monticello. Touchdown.
3rd time that they've run that read option look, Darren, and the Vikings haven't been able to stop it yet. 2 of them have gone for touchdowns for Lammers, and that's something that that's a play it's very hard to defend because you have to be disciplined, but when you're facing a guy that you know you're going to get it from, you have to find a way to step up and make something happen.
142 on the drive, 63 yards and 6 plays. Ruts for the PAT. Snap, spot, kick. It is up. It is good. It is 14-7 West Delaware. We have 11:23 to play quarter number 2. Let's take a break for Vicks Heating and Plumbing. Colin Nimrod and Jake Hubden will stand in a bit of an I formation. One man at the 17, that's Hubden. One man at the 12, that's Nimrod. Here is the approach and the kick. McGreen's kick coming down to Hubden, who lets it go by him. It rolls inside the 10, and Jake picks it up far side numbers at the 5. He gets to the 10, tries to bounce it right to the outside, and gets covered up in the vicinity of the 8-yard line. Awful field position for Decorah, and bad things happen when you don't catch the ball on a kick.
Yeah, and that time Jake got kind of caught in no man's land. He wanted to come up and try to catch that one, but just wasn't able to cover enough ground, and unfortunately it took a weird hop, got by him, and the Vikings now facing a long field.
1st and 10 from the 9-yard line. 2 receivers left, Nimrod and LaRue. I formation with Hubden and Leaps. Tight end right side is Severson. Here's Steffen, gives to Hubden, tries to run off the right side and got knocked back from the 8. Nothing doing on the right side of the line. A loss of a yard. Battle up front being won by the 4 guys for West Delaware. Nothing else to say there.
Yeah, we knew coming into this game that it was going to start in the trenches. It always does when a Decorah football team is on the field, and you're exactly right, Darren. West Delaware winning that battle right now.
2nd and 11 from the 8-yard line. Heffern to the left side. Split left in the slot is Nimrod. I formation, Hubden and Leaps. Tight end right is Severson. Here is Steffen, gives to Hubden, runs into a hole right side. He'll get across the 10 to near the 13-yard line. Brought down by 4 Hawk defenders. These Hawk numbers are very difficult to see. If I'm not given a lot of numbers, it's out of ignorance more than anything else. It's a gain of 5. 3rd down upcoming for Decorah.
Well, Darren, if you hadn't been watching any of this game, if it was just any given game, and I said the Vikings had 77 yards, but 65 of those were passing, would you believe me?
No. 2 receivers left. Far side hash mark, 3rd down and 6 from the 13. Here's a blitz. Steffen dropping back to throw, firing over the middle, incomplete. Severson, the intended target, the only guy that Cole was looking for on the play. He was covered well by Austin Bishop and Sam Maloney. It's 4th down, 9:56 to play second quarter, 14-7 West Delaware.
And, it's still early in the ball game, and Severson obviously has made 2 pretty nice catches in the game, but as a quarterback, you don't want to kind of paint yourself into a corner and lean on just one guy in the passing game for the rest of the night.
Leaps 2 punts on the night, a 31.5-yard average. Your snapper is Carter Zidlicki. Knee-high snap, Leaps moves forward, gets the kick away, bouncing at the 40. Decorah down to cover it as Gabe Varney got a leg out of the way, and it rolls into West Delaware territory and gets covered up by Varney at the 46-yard line. 41-yard punt, no return, 9:44 to play here in quarter number 2. Hawks up 14-7.
Good punt there from Leaps. Given the field position that time, probably about the best thing the Vikes could have hoped for on that.
And really, Leaps has done a pretty good job all season long there. Football near or right side hash mark. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line for West Delaware, moving left to right and up 14-7. 3 receivers to the left side, single receiver off to the right. Lammers in the gun, Bishop to his right, 4-man front for Decorah. They're playing with 2 linebackers and a nickel package of 5 in the secondary. Lammers will take the snap. He'll give to Bishop. He'll run off the left side. Hit by Jake Hubden. Wrestled down at the 44-yard line. Hubden read the play well and dumped Bishop for a loss of a yard on the far side hash mark.
That's the kind of play you need when your team is a little down in the ball game, Darren. Jake Hubden, one of your leaders on this football team, coming all the way from the safety spot to make a nice play behind the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 12 from the 44-yard line, left hash. Curley, the single receiver left, 3 receivers to the near side right. Lammers in the pistol, and Bishop behind him. 4 men on the line of scrimmage for Decorah. Lammers throws the left side, incomplete. He threw the fastball to Curley, and Curley couldn't corral it. He had open space if he did. At the Decorah 45, Vikes a little serendipitous there. It's 3rd down.
Yeah, and we've talked about it a little bit already here tonight, Darren. But the corners, especially for the Vikings, need to do a little bit better at making up their mind quicker on those quick passing plays. If it's a 3-step drop, or in this case, a 1-step in a pistol formation, you have to break on the football.
3rd and 12 from the 44. Drop it, a throw is Lammers. Lammers rolling out to his right side, still on the run. Lammers firing deep down the right side. And the ball is going to be caught by Nagel at the 32-yard line in Decorah territory. And it'll be a 1st down for West Delaware. Colin Nimrod was right there. But Nagel just stood on the sideline and caught the ball. Don't know what happened there, Chris.
Well, it's almost like Colin thought that Lammers was just going to chuck that one out of bounds, and for a minute it did look like that was going to be the case. But give credit to Nagel on that play. Yep. Being aware, keeping his feet in bounds, and stretching out to haul in the pass.
8:50 to play second quarter, 14-7 West Delaware. 1st and 10, 32-yard line. Give to Bishop right side, and Colin Nimrod trips him up and brings him down between the numbers and the hash on the near side at the 30. It's a gain of 2.
And on the, just kind of the straight handoff aspect of this West Delaware running game, the Vikings have done a nice job adjusting, doing a lot better job against that right now. But they're still going to have to do a better job against that read option look, because as successful as it's been, you got to think West Delaware is going to keep going back to it.
2nd and 8 from the 30. Read option. Lammers lost his footing, and down he went. He got covered up by Keegan Lillefeld back at the 32-yard line, and it is 3rd down and 10 upcoming.
I think that might have been a wildcat kind of look, Darren, with Max Reidenauer in the ball game.
And because Lammers was split to the right side. Good catch there, Chris. Right now we're in a wildcat look, loses 2, so it's 3rd down and 12 upcoming. We're inside of 8 minutes to play here in the second quarter. And it looks like West Delaware will take a timeout. Timeout on the field. 7:48 to play second quarter. 14-7 West Delaware. Let's take a break for Rockweiler Appliance and TV. Welcome back to West Delaware, everybody. 7:48 to play second quarter. Vikes need a win to play next Wednesday. They're trailing it by a 14-7 margin. Brent Lammers with a 33-yard touchdown run and a 12-yard touchdown run. The Viking lone score, Cole Steffen to Eric Severson for 47 yards. You okay there, Chris?
Yeah, Mary Herman just pointing out to me that there might be a UFO up there in the sky, Darren.
Yeah.
We might not be safe for much longer.
Yeah. 3rd and 12 from the 32-yard line. 3 receivers left, single receiver right. Right hash is the target, and here's a deflected pass, incomplete as Lammers tried to hit Curley on the right side. LaRue deflected it, and it was in the vicinity of Jacob Leaves, but he didn't turn his head quick enough, and it's 4th down upcoming.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about with these defensive backs for Decorah. LaRue, absolutely brilliant job that time of breaking on that route, getting in there, and when you do that, good things happen like that. You set yourself up with opportunities to force turnovers.
So, 4th down and 12 from the 32. 4 receivers to the far side left. Lammers by himself in the shotgun formation. He'll take the snap. He'll retreat in the pocket. Rushes on. Lammers hit and got to be sacked by Garrett Wise back outside the 40-yard line. There's a flag down in the middle of the line as well. The spot will be at the 44, and I believe the flag will be a hold on West Delaware. It will be. Vikes will decline that. Defense steps up right there. A loss of 12 on the sack for Garrett Wise.
And that's the second time tonight, Darren, we've seen this defense come on the field, down a touchdown, and essentially stop any bleeding that might have been going on. And now you give this offense a chance with pretty good field position to draw even once again in this ball game.
So 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. Football on the left hash. Vikes right to left. 7:38 to play second quarter. 14-7 West Delaware. LaRue and Nimrod to the left side. Tight end right is Severson. With Leaps and Hovden. Steffen under his center. Carter Zidlick takes the snap. Pitch to Jake. Right side. A block from Leaps. He turns upfield. 45-50. He's to the 45 and knocked out of bounds. They'll mark him at the 44-yard line. Bishop escorted him to the boundary. It's a gain of 12 and a first down.
Jacob Leaps just absolutely destroyed his man on that play as a lead blocker got out there. That's the definition of a pancake block, Darren.
1st and 10, 44-yard line, Hawk territory, right hash. 14-7 Hawks. 7:31 to play second quarter. Nimrod right, Heffern left. Tight end right is Severson. Split backs with Hovden and Leaps. 5-man front for West Delaware. Here's Stefanoff. Play action, has time. He'll dump right, going for Hovden. Leaping grab made inside the 30. Brought down between the numbers and the hash mark far side at the 24-yard line. Gain of 20, first down Decorah.
Nice play by both the passer and the receiver that time. Cole did a nice job standing in there as long as he could, got the pass away, and then Jake leaving his feet, reaching up, grabbing the ball, and the Vikes on the move.
Vikings 3 of 8 in the passing game for 85 yards thus far. 1st and 10 from the 24. Split left LaRue, wing left is Nimrod. Here is the give is to Leaps, left side, plowing ahead inside the 20, and down he goes in the center of the field near the 19-yard line. 5 West Delaware Hawks in on the stop. It's a gain of 5 yards.
And we see, early in the game, Darren, that kind of between the tackles running game not doing much for Decorah, but you get an edge rush that picks up a first down, you get a pass that picks up a first down, and all of a sudden you start to soften up the middle of that defense, and you can kind of dictate the line of scrimmage a little bit more.
6:40 to play second quarter. 14-7 Hawks. 2nd and 5 from the 19-yard line. Under center is Cole Steffen. Takes the snap off play action. He has time. He dumps it right. Nice catch made by Hovden, but he'll get knocked to the sideline at the 17-yard line. Ridden to the sideline by one of the Hawk defenders over there. It's a gain of 2. 3rd down and 3 upcoming for Decorah.
Cole got it out of his hand quick there. Just found Jake in the flat, and Jake did a nice job there hauling it in with one hand, but the Vikings set up with a pretty big third down.
They are 0-4 on third downs, 3rd and 3 from the 17. 2 receivers left eye formation, football right hash. Here's the give to Jake, runs into a crowd left side, keeps on ticking. He'll maybe get to the 15-yard line. And not much further than that, and it's a 4th down upcoming for Decorah, and decision time for Coach Post at the halfway point of the second quarter. Andy Sinkink and the field goal unit on. Andy 3 of 6, a long of 30. This will be a 32-yard attempt. Angle will be from the right side. The snapper will be Jacob Marlowe, and a timeout asked for by Decorah. I believe the Vikes had 11 on the field, but might not have been the right personnel. So 5:58 to play second quarter, 14-7. West Delaware. Let's take a break for Hacker Nelson CPAs and business consultant. Charles City has taken a 7-0 lead on West Delaware, or on Waverly Shellrock, I should say. West Delaware leads it here 14-7. 5:58 to play second quarter. Decorah with a 32-yard attempt, angle from the right side. Andy Sinkink, 3 of 6 on field goals. His longest make this year has been from 30 yards.
Looks like the offense
is back
might
on
be back on the field here.
And you know what it is. 4th and 2 from the 16-yard line. Hepburn and Nimrod to the left side. I formation in the backfield. Hovden and Leaps. Tight end right is Severson, and here is Steffen going to sneak off the left side. He'll get ahead to near the 13-yard line. It'll depend on the spot of the football. And they'll have to bring in the chains, so I'd imagine that was an audible call at the line of scrimmage there.
Yeah.
As they mark it near the 13-yard line, and we wait in anxious anticipation.
That looks real close.
Stretch. Viking fans are cheering. And now the official gives them a reason for cheering as he points north. It'll be a first down on a sneak for 2 yards for Cole Steffen.
That speaks to how close that is when the official has to get that far down, that close up to the chain to determine if that's a first down. That's why they call it a game of inches, Darren.
1st and 10 from the 14-yard line. Colin Nimrod and LaRue to the right side. I formation in the backfield with Leaps and Hovden. Tight end left is Severson. Under center is Steffen. Pitch goes to Hovden left side. Tries to bounce it left to the outside. Running laterally near the 15. He'll get thrown to the sideline at the 15-yard line. Knocked to the sideline there by Sam Maloney. It's a loss of 2 yards. Jake just didn't have a lane to cut back there.
Yeah, too many black jerseys out on this near side edge, Darren. And Jake's a shifty guy, but when it's 1 against 5, that's a tough ask.
2nd and 11. Call it from the 15 near hash. 2 receivers right, Hepburn and Nimrod. Tight end left is Severson. I formation with Hovden and Leaps. Steffen under his center. Carter Zidlicki takes the snap. He'll give to Leaps, and he gets smothered near the line of scrimmage. Decorah had 4 offensive linemen standing straight up and down, and you're going to get beat when that happens.
Yeah, you're not going to win the battle in the trenches that way, Darren. You're exactly right. And the key to the blocking game is be the low man, and West Delaware had all the low men on that play.
Drew Cole, the primary defender on the previous play. 3rd and 11 for Decorah. Football in the near left side hash at the 15. LaRue and Nimrod to the right side. Severson tight end left. Split backs with Hovden and Leaps. Steffen under his center. Carter Zidlicki. Long count, takes the snap, has time, fires right, catch made by LaRue at the 5. There's a flag down as well as LaRue wrestled down at the 2-yard line. Flag came from the back judge.
That's going to be pass interference, I believe, Darren, on West Delaware. The defender got in there just a little bit before the ball arrived.
And it's going to be a pass interference against West Delaware. Good call, Chris Wanless. So it'll be a 1st and goal at the 3-yard line. 4:45 to play here in quarter number 2. It is a 14-7 lead for West Delaware.
And that's another factor that goes into those quick hitters as a defensive back. Yes, you want to be able to break on the ball, but you have to be able to time your break so that you get there and you make a clean play on the football.
First and goal at the 3. Leaps and Hovden in a split back tandem. Wing left is Nimrod. Split left is Heffern. Tight end right is Severson. Football on the right far hash mark. Steffen under his center. Zittelke gives to Jake. Left side, slips a defender, lunges towards the goal line. He gets brought down near the 1. An ankle tackle from a defensive end brought him down there. Second and goal upcoming. 4:20 to play till halftime. 14-7 West Delaware.
Looked like Jake was able to stretch the ball across the goal line, but his knee came down just before the ball broke the plane.
Second and goal at the West Delaware 1-yard line. Football right hash. LaRue split left. Wing left is Nimrod. Tight end right is Severson. Split backs with Leaps and with Hovden. Steffen takes, gives to Leaps, fighting forward to the end zone. Touchdown! He ran it off the right side, and the Vikes pull within an extra point of tying this thing up with 3:55 to play second quarter.
Not too difficult, Darren. We've said it before throughout the season. When all you need is about an inch, it's pretty difficult for the defense to come up with a stop in that situation. But give the Vikings credit, got enough push for Jacob Leaps to get that ball into the end zone.
56 yards, 11 plays, taking 3 minutes and 43 seconds off the clock. Andy Sinkink for the PAT. Snap, spot, kick, up. Good. As that one kicked into the Manchester night. 3:55 to play till halftime. We're tied at 14, ladies and gentlemen. We'll tell you here during the break. West Delaware does get the football to start the second half. We'll keep that in mind as we proceed here. We'll tell you tomorrow on FM 100.5, no football as Decorah, or as Iowa has the week off. On this frequency, AM 1240 KWLC, it'll be Decorah, or rather Luther and Wartburg tomorrow. 12:50 the pregame and 1 o'clock the kickoff. Hunter Urigan and myself on the call for that one. And on KQAL tomorrow up in Winona.
Homecoming 2014, Darren. Winona State welcomes the number 14 University of Sioux Falls Cougars. So huge matchup for the Warriors in the beautiful city of Winona.
So, 3rd and 5 it'll be, or 3:55 I should say, to play second quarter. It's 14-14 games. Coming up at halftime, we'll have an extended version of the Viking Sports Report. We'll hear from the cross-country coaches yesterday, Christy Nimrod and Brad Johansson. Viking boys and girls back to state once again. Girls 23rd time, boys 31st time.
You really can't say enough about those two programs, Darren. Just the string of success they've been able to put together.
Here's the approach by Sinkink and the kick.
That's a good kickoff.
And that one will send his man Ridenauer to the end zone, and he caught it a yard deep. So it'll be a touchback, first down and 10 from the 20-yard line. Left to right, West Delaware, 14-14 game, 3:55 to play till halftime.
Andy with maybe a little adrenaline on that one. That's about as good as we've seen him kick a ball off this season.
He had 2 touchbacks on the season coming in. He's had 2 tonight. Lammers getting final instructions from head coach Doug Winkowitz on the near sideline. 14-14 the score. Single receiver left. This time Lammers will be in a power eye pistol, if you will, and a wing to the left side. Lammers going to keep it off the right side. Looks to cut it back, breaks the tackle, leaps up the near side numbers and gets covered up in the vicinity of the 30-yard line. Appears to be just shy of a first down. Eric Severson in on the stop.
Vikings had an opportunity to make the play that would have held it to maybe about a 5-yard gain, but Lammers, slippery runner as we've seen, able to shake a couple tackles and get 3 extra yards.
Power I out of the pistol once again. Two receivers left. Football near right side hash mark. Lammers takes the snap. Off play action. Has time. Throwing deep down the right side. Going for Ridenauer. Makes the catch at the 40. He's to the 30 near sideline 20. And Hefford brings him down at the 10-yard line into Decorah territory. They'll mark him at the 13. It is a gain of 58 and a first down. Very well executed play by West Delaware.
Yeah, obviously two play fakes on the play there. Got the linebackers for Decorah to commit, which didn't necessarily factor into the play all that much since it was kind of a rainbow down this right sideline, but a nicely thrown ball and great catch out there by Ridenauer. Luckily, Nolan Heffern able to bring him down before he was able to get into the end zone.
First and 10, 13-yard line, 3:05 to play till halftime. We're tied at 14. Two receivers right, two receivers left. Lammers in the pistol. Bishop behind him. Lammers keeps it on the zone read right side, looks to bounce it right, gets covered up from behind at the 14-yard line. Vikes had four men in on the stop that time. The man who brought him down, though, was Eric Severson primarily. It's a loss of one.
And, as well as West Delaware has run the ball, it's interesting to see these Viking defenders, once they are on the ball carrier, that kind of gang tackling mentality where the first guy secures the tackle and then everyone else who joins in is really trying to rip that ball out of the ball carrier's hands, whoever it may be.
Second and 11 from the 14, three receivers left, single receiver right. Football near right side, hash mark. Lammers takes zone read right side, bounces right to the numbers. He's hit by Garrett Wise and knocked back from that point. Wise got him around the ankles and knocked him back at the 12. It's a gain of 2. 2 minutes left first half, 14-14 the score.
That's the best that the Vikings have defended that read option look so far tonight. The first few times they ran it, Lammers was able to bite off big chunks of yardage, 2 of them for touchdowns, I believe, Darren, but that time the Vikings up to the task.
Again, West Delaware has not attempted a field goal this year. 3rd and 9 from the 12-yard line. Trips left, single receiver right. Lammers takes the snap, pass, play action, fires towards the end zone. Incomplete. The ball hit the goalpost in the back of the end zone. LaRue had the coverage on Ridenauer at the post. It is 4th down, but there is a flag down at the line of scrimmage. It came from the head linesman, and they're going to rule an illegal formation on West Delaware. So
you'd almost think the Vikings would want to decline this.
Well, do you want it? They haven't kicked a field goal yet this year. You almost, either way you go, you can make the argument.
Yeah.
And they're declining the penalty, and it's 4th down.
I wonder, Darren, on that play, if the Vikings realized that was an illegal formation, because there was a receiver on the far side of the field who no one picked up. But I wonder if maybe some communication came in from the sideline that player was ineligible, so they just let him go.
4th and 9 from the 12-yard line. West Delaware will take a timeout. 1:36 to play till halftime. We are tied at 14. And good news for Viking fans. Waverly Shellrock has taken a 7-6 lead on Charles City with 6 seconds left in the first half. 1:36 left here in the first half here. 14-14 the score to Decorah and West Delaware. So 4th down and 9. It will be at the Decorah 12-yard line. The Hawks are going to go for it. They haven't kicked a field goal all season. They haven't even attempted one. 3 receivers left, single receiver right. Lammers in the pistol and Bishop behind him. Lammers takes the snap, rushes on. Lammers with time, throws the right side, going for Curley. Makes the catch at the back of the end zone for the touchdown. Lammers threw that ball only where Curley could catch it. And the Hawks go up 20-14 with 1:30 to play till halftime.
Ball was thrown right to the back line of the end zone, Darren, and the defensive back for Decorah looked like he didn't really know where the ball was. A little bit tighter coverage, and you're probably able to just swat that one to the ground, but too much separation that time, and honestly, a fairly easy pitch and catch there.
A 20-14 lead for West Delaware. Alex Reitz trying to add the point after. Spotted, booted, it is up, and that one is good. So, minute 30 to play till halftime. 21-14, West Delaware. 80 yards, 6 plays, 2:25 off the clock. And this West Delaware team, imagine if they had Corey Russell, the best running back statistically in the district, even after missing 2 games. This is a pretty well-oiled offensive machine.
Yeah, and I mean, I think you got to, if you look at last week, Darren, how this team performed against Independence, obviously dropped that game, were shut out in that game. I think that really speaks to how important the quarterback, Lammers, is to this offense, because watching tape from that game after he went out and then seeing him out there tonight, it's clear that he just brings an entirely different dimension to this team.
West Delaware will kick off from left to right to restart the ball game. Any interesting stats you're seeing there, Chris?
Well, the Vikings up to 98 passing yards in the first half. Honestly, that's if you're familiar with Decorah football over the years, you might expect to see 98 yards for an entire game, but Vikings have relied on the pass quite a bit here to move the ball tonight.
But the running game, 17 carries, 35 yards. And we talked about it in the last 9 matchup when Decorah rushes for 200, 7-0. When they don't, 0-2. Kicking off from left to right is McGrain. Kick coming down to the far side. Hovden takes it on the hash mark at the 15. John's up the field, 20, 25, 30 as he just brings it right up the hash mark after stutter stepping a bit. He gets up to the 33-yard line. 1:23 to play till halftime, and the Vikes with 2 timeouts remaining.
You want a return man to be patient, let the blocks develop there, but Jake maybe could have got going upfield just a little sooner. Obviously, if there's no lane to run to, it's hard to make that decision, but a guy with speed like Jake has, you'd like him to be a little quicker in that decision making.
So, first and 10, 34-yard line, split backs. Split left is LaRue. Here's the give up the middle of Garrett Wise, and he gets tripped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, maybe get a yard. Second down upcoming. West Delaware has 1 timeout remaining, just to let you know.
I was just about to say, if they had, maybe one more or even all 3 of their timeouts, I would have expected them to probably stop the clock after that play.
So, inside of a minute to play here in the quarter, 21-14, West Delaware, and they get the football to start the second half as well. High formation in the backfield. Here is Steffen takes, gives to Hovden, left side, turns up off left tackle. He'll get out to the 38-yard line, 45 seconds to play till halftime, and the Vikes in no hurry.
Essentially can run this down to about 10 seconds before they snap it if they wish, but, maybe you go... Maybe you try to catch West Delaware off guard here and, maybe drop back to pass. Who knows, Darren?
So, 3rd and 5 it'll be from the 39-yard line. Receivers left and right, split backs in the backfield. Dropping a throw is Steffen throwing deep down the right side, going for his man, and Colin Nimrod came back for the football but couldn't corral it. It's incomplete as Nimrod, the intended receiver on the far side, numbers at the 36 in West Delaware territory, and it's 4th down.
Directional punting, Darren. This is where that becomes important with 8 seconds left. You don't want to give West Delaware a chance to return this kick. So if you're Jacob Leaps, you want to put this in a spot where it's going to have to come down to the ground.
So 4th and 5 from the 39-yard line. Carter Zidlicki will send it back to Jacob Leaps. Snap back in good shape. He'll move forward and get the kick away. Severson got away with a big-time hold there, but Leaps was hit after the play as the ball goes out of bounds, and it'll be the end of the half at the 20-yard line. Leaps got hit and got rolled over. The referee threw the flag. Is it going to – either way, there's going to be one more play here in the half.
Yep. The half cannot end on a defensive penalty, Darren.
Running into the kicker against West Delaware. Always get a kick out of the people that yell no way. when Jake probably took a harder hit on that than some of his runs tonight.
There's clearly contact there.
Well, I will say Eric Severson got away with a hold as well, but if he doesn't hold the guy, Jake might get tackled.
It's important to note here that running into the kicker, just a 5-yard penalty, which does not move the ball far enough for the Vikes to pick up a first down, but this will be untimed, so you'd pretty much expect the Vikings to probably kneel this one out.
So actually, it was about a 4th down and 5, so it is going to be a 4th down, and it's first down from the 45-yard line. One untimed down to end the first half here. Nimrod right, LaRue left, Wise and Hovden split behind, Steffen under center. He'll take the snap, he'll go back to pass, he's under pressure, he'll throw the left side, and the catch is made by LaRue, spinning away from the defender at the 40 and knocked out of bounds at the 36-yard line. There's a flag down back near the line of scrimmage. That's going to be a hold on Austin Bohr, and that'll end the first half nonetheless. Holding on Decorah, and that penalty will be declined. 21-14, Hawks lead it at the halftime break. Thoughts, Chris Wanless?
Well, despite the disadvantage here for the Vikings on the scoreboard, I really was impressed, Darren, that after the 2 West Delaware scores, the defense, or the first 2, I should say, the defense was able to come up with stops immediately after that, and then the offense, after those defensive stops, was able to come down and score touchdowns both times. So definitely a situation where a couple adjustments during the halftime break, and Decorah, I think, is going to find themselves in the thick of this ball game.
A Viking Sports Report is on the way next after we hear from the A&J Petersburg Agency, Insurance and Real Estate, Ace Hardware, and those good folks at Decorah Tire Service. Sinking kicks come down to Reidenhauer to his left at the 5 to the 10 to the 15 to the 20, gets to the sideline 25, and Zach Lee rides him to the sideline at the 26-yard line. They're going to mark him actually at the 24, 1st and 10 from that point. Little hit that got a few people excited, but it's football. First down and 10. West Delaware 29-yard line, I should say, moving left to right. 11:53 to play, third quarter, 21-14 West Delaware.
It's amazing how many people, are all about that let the kids play attitude until all of a sudden there's a hit along the sideline that they want a 15-yard penalty tacked on.
Football right near hash mark. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Lammers will take the snap. He'll throw the left side. Catch is made by Ward across the 35-40. He's to the 50. Wrestled down by Jake Hovden. At the 46-yard line in Decorah territory in the center of the field. Not what you wanted to have happen to start the second half. It's a gain of 25.
No, and if you're going to give the receiver a cushion like that and, kind of let him drop under that coverage and make the catch, you got to be able to make the tackle, and the Vikes missed a couple on that one.
First and 10, 46-yard line. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Lammers takes, gives to Bishop, hit in the hole by Leaps, and finished off by Garrett Wise on the left hash mark at the 46. It's a gain of 0.
It's, a few times tonight, Darren, we've seen Lammers have a little bit of trouble with the snap and then the exchange with the running back, and he bobbled the snap again that time, but Leaps doing a nice job filling the hole, coming up and stoning the ball carrier.
This is Vikings Radio, 1240 KDEC Decorah, 2nd and 10 from the 46. Pass left side, dropped by Ward beneath the coverage of Heffern at the 39. Outside the numbers on the far side, it's 3rd down.
And, a lot of times, Darren, we talked at halftime about as a defensive back defending a dual-threat quarterback. A lot of times, especially as a corner, the way that the receiver comes off the ball a lot of times is going to tell you whether it's a pass or a run.
3rd and 9 from the 45. Drop it to throw is Lammers. Lammers has time, throws the right side off the fingertips of his intended receiver, and it lands incomplete. He went for Reidenhauer on the near side hash at the 37. Deflection almost came down in the hands of Brett LaRue. It's 4th down.
Nice stop there for the Viking defense. It's, we mentioned in the first half this West Delaware group usually leaves the offense on the field if they're going to punt, but this just looks like an empty offensive set.
So 4th and 10 from the 46-yard line. Snap back in good shape. The Lammers will move forward, get the kick away. Angles to the far side. It bounces out of bounds in the vicinity of the 13-yard line. Dave Mayer over there to catch the ball on one half very nicely. And they'll mark him at the 15. So 31-yard punt, no return, 10:56 to play in the third. Hawks 21, Vikes 14.
And, Darren, just to clarify my comment there about, as a defensive back, kind of reading the get-off, if you will, of a receiver. A lot of times, obviously a good receiver is going to come off the ball hard every time, but there's little tells, like if a receiver is coming off the line and he has his head down, there's a good chance he's not looking for someone to block. Just little things like that can tip off, and that helps you against a dual-threat guy like Lammers.
First and 10, 16-yard line, 2 receivers left, split backs in the backfield. Here's the give to Leaps, right side, finds a hole across the 20, hammered down near the 22-yard line. It is a gain of 6 yards as he just took it up the right side hash mark, and a 2nd and 4 upcoming for Decorah.
That's the most successful the Vikes have been, in that kind of running concept all night, and a nice gain there on first down. If you can get that to continue to work, Darren, you're probably going to be in good shape early in this second half.
2nd and 4 from the 22. 2 receivers left, tight end right, Severson, split backs, Leaps, and Hovden. Steffen takes the snap, gives to Hovden, slips a defender in the backfield, tries left guard, and gets covered up at the 24-yard line. And the backside coming in to make the play that time. It was a tackle by Brady Antons, and it's 3rd down.
There was a seam there on the near side, Darren. Hovden got just a little caught up by one of his own linemen. Wasn't able to get that momentum going forward.
And the Vikes 1 of 7 on 3rd downs. This one a key one, 3rd and 2.5 from the 24.5-yard line. 2 receivers left, split backs to the backfield. Tight end right is Severson. Here's Steffen giving on a little late. Leaves, powers ahead off right tackle and gets to the 29, up the hash mark for a first down. A gain of 5 yards for Jacob Leaps.
Those are the kind of plays you need to sustain drives, Darren. And the Vikings, after getting the stop defensively, good to see them come out, pick up a first down, especially on 3 straight running plays when the success on the ground wasn't very much in the first half.
First and 10 from the 29-yard line. 2 receivers left. Tight end right, split backs with Leaps and Hovden. Football on the right hash. Steffen takes the snap, short drop, throws the left side through the hands of Heffern, incomplete. He was covered well by Curley on the curl, near side at the 35, 2nd down.
Ball was a little behind the receiver on that one. There was a lot of black jerseys, a lot of hands in the throwing lane that time, and that's a situation where as a quarterback you kind of just have to find a lane to fit the ball into. Unfortunately on that one, it was a little bit behind the receiver.
2nd and 10 from the 29. 2 receivers left, I formation. Tight end right is Severson. Taking the snap is Steffen, gives to Hovden right side, bounces right to the outside, runs to the 35, gets dragged down outside the numbers at the 36-yard line in front of the Decorah bench. The tackle credit to Sam Maloney. 3rd and 3 for Decorah.
Another big 3rd down for the Vikings. Obviously they picked one up earlier in the drive, but if the Vikings want to get back in this ball game, these are the types of plays, again, that you have to make to continue these drives, to string these first downs together.
9 minutes to play, 3rd quarter, 21-14 Hawks. 3rd and 3 from the 36. Split backs, twin receivers left. Here's the give to Leaps. No, Steffen keeps it right side. Dances ahead to the 40, up the far side, and gets brought down at the 43-yard line. They'll mark him at the 42. It is a gain of 6 on the keep for Cole, and it's a first down to Decorah.
First time we've seen that tonight, Darren, and that's why the Vikings stick to those kind of fullback gives up the middle. It really sets up that quarterback keeper well, and that time Cole takes advantage of it, gets upfield for another first down.
First and 10, 42-yard line for Decorah, right hash. 2 receivers left, split backs with Leaps and Hovden. Tight end right is Severson. 4-man front for West Delaware. Driving to throw is Cole. Cole has all day to throw. Throws deep down the left side, going for LaRue, who makes the catch inside the 30. Wrestled down on the near side numbers by Lammers at the 26. Brett LaRue with a great adjustment to the ball.
Do you remember last week, Darren, we talked about receivers at times waiting for the ball to come to them, not going and attacking the football. That time, Brett LaRue noticed the ball was underthrown. He made a great adjustment to get his body in between the ball and the defender, and then obviously a great job coming down with the catch.
First and 10, 26-yard line, West Delaware territory. 8:15 to play in the third, 21-14. West Delaware with the lead, left hash. Steffen takes the snap off, play action, has time, throws the right side, going for Severson, incomplete. Steffen was hit hard after he threw the ball. Severson was cutting open the ball a touch too long. The pressure might have hurried the throw.
Severson hard to get much more open than that, Darren. Right off the line of scrimmage, just on that flag pattern. Breaking open, as you said, but Cole might have been a touch early on the throw, but had to get rid of it when he did to avoid taking the sack.
2nd and 10 from the 26, split backs. Wing left is Nimrod, tight end right is Severson. Here is the give on a trap play left side. Hubden runs to the 20, breaks a tackle inside the 15 and thrown down. He loses the football. Did Decorah come back on top of it? They did. Coming on top of the recovery was Jake himself, or correction, it was Eric Severson at the 14. It'll be a gain of 12 and a first down for Decorah.
Nice execution that time on the trap play. It took a little bit to develop, Darren, but when the seam opened up, it really opened up.
So 1st and 10 from the 14-yard line. Football towards the left side, hash mark, split backs. Tight end right, wing left is Nimrod, split to the left side is Heffern. Steffen takes the snap, retreats in the pocket, has time, swings it right, and it's dropped by Hubden. The ball wasn't very well thrown, outside the numbers at the 10. The ball wasn't thrown in a spot where Jake could make a play. It's 2nd down.
No, and in that situation, you've got to recognize that the defender is pretty much running step for step with Jake in that situation. If you're going to throw the ball his way, maybe wait till he turns it upfield and take a shot to the end zone that time.
2nd and 10 from the 14. Leaps and Hubden split behind Steffen. Split left is LaRue. Wing left is Nimrod. Here's a give on a trap to Hubden, and they were ready for that one as he gets dumped on the left trap carry at the 15-yard line, right on the hash mark. Colin Weber, the man with the TFL.
As well as the trap worked a couple plays ago, it didn't work that time, Darren, and the West Delaware defensive front not fooled. And now a 3rd and long here for Decorah. You wonder if maybe you approach this as 4-down territory at this juncture of the ball game.
7:08 to play in the third, 21-14 West Delaware. 3rd and 11 from the Decorah 15. Steffen takes the snap, short drop, throws the right side, nearly intercepted, and frankly the Vikes were lucky it wasn't. A linebacker dropped back into the zone. I can't tell who it was, but nonetheless it's a 4th down coming up. Field goal unit on for Decorah with 7 minutes to play in the third.
Give credit to the defender there. Just dropped back right into that hook zone. Cole didn't see him, and Vikings fortunate that one isn't going the other way.
32-yard attempt angle from the left side. Snapper Tyler Dostal. Holder Cole Steffen. Andy 3 of 6 on field goals. 30 is long. And here's a fake. The pitch goes to Sinkic, and he loses the ball. It's picked up by Steffen at the 25-yard line. The Vikes had the fake on, but unfortunately it didn't work.
First of all, Darren, West Delaware was prepared for that one all the way it looked like. And second of all, even if they were caught off guard, you have to get that edge rusher block. That didn't happen. That play was blown up right from the get-go.
So, West Delaware takes over on the recovery at the 25-yard line in their own territory. 6:55 to play in the third, 21-14 West Delaware. Lammers will be in the pistol with Bishop behind him, receivers left and right, and 2 tight ends. Lammers takes the snap, gives to Bishop, left side, big hole, 30. He runs to the 35 to the 40. Colin Nimrod brings him down on the far side, hash mark at the 41. Lammers, or rather Bishop, gets 16 and a first down.
And you can't let the fact that drive fizzled out, take the air out of you. If you're on this defensive group, you've got to take that as even more motivation to keep the Hawks from putting more points on the board on this series.
2 tight ends on the line of scrimmage. Football on the left hash, give to Bishop, slips the defender in the backfield, runs left, runs to the 45, wrestled down by Jacob Leaps. Outside the numbers, in front of the Decorah bench at the 46, Bishop gets 5. 2nd down upcoming. We approach the halfway point of the third quarter. West Delaware leading 21-14.
And for a team, down its leading rusher, Darren, it certainly doesn't seem like it here tonight.
Well, they're obviously not missing any guys up front. They're getting the job done. We talked about the offensive-defensive line matchup when Decorah on offense. Line of scrimmage getting controlled by West Delaware on defense as well. 2nd and 5 from the 46. Zone read left side. Lammers, big hole. Runs to the 50. Gets to the 45. Thrown down by Jake Hubden at the Decorah 44. Lammers for 10 and a first down.
The Hawks biting off big chunks of yardage here on this series, Darren, and just physically Decorah getting dominated up front. That's about all there is to it.
1st and 10, 44-yard line. 2 receivers right, single receiver left. Lammers in the pistol, Bishop behind him. Bishop gets the handoff, runs the right side. Good patient run. He moves ahead off right tackle and gets knocked back by Jake Hubden at the 40-yard line. But a nice run of 4 for Bishop. 2nd down upcoming. As we hit the 5:30 mark of the 3rd quarter, West Delaware up 21-14. Vikes need a victory and some help from Waverly Shellrock. Waverly Shellrock leading Charles City 14-12 in the 3rd. End of 3 quarters in West Union, North Fayette Valley, and New Hampton scoreless. 2nd and 6 from the 40. Lammers takes the snap, zone read left side. Flag is down. He runs to the 35. Tripped up and down he goes to the 31-yard line. Eric Severson brought him down, but that might be coming back. Umpire threw it. And the referee will say a hold against West Delaware. Coach Winkowitz wanting more of an explanation. This white hat has given the signal 3 times. He's always very sure of himself.
Yeah.
He always liked confidence. So the hold occurred at the line of scrimmage. So that'll move West Delaware back to the 50-yard line. 2nd down and 16. 21-14 West Delaware. No scoring yet here in the 3rd quarter. Lammers 2 touchdown runs and a touchdown pass. Decorah with touchdown runs from Leaps.
2-2. Tight end left, slot.
And with Hubden thus far. 2nd and 16 from the 50-yard line. Lammers takes the snap off play action, rolling to his left side. Hit by Anderson as he throws the left side, incomplete. Threw it to the far side numbers. His intended target was John Nagel. He was covered by Colin Nimrod, and it's 3rd down.
That penalty makes things a little more interesting because, up to that point in this drive, as much as we've talked about the dual threat nature of this quarterback, Lammers, it looked like West Delaware was content to keep running. They were picking up big chunks of yards, but that penalty puts him in a spot now where it's a pretty obvious passing situation.
So 3rd and 16 from the 50. Lammers rolling out to his right side. He's under pressure, throwing downfield, and the ball is incomplete. There's nobody home. That's got to be a flag. There is absolutely nobody home, but that will not be a flag, and it's 4th down. Lammers was rolling out to his right, fired downfield, and the nearest receiver was 10 yards away. And people know my stance on intentional grounding. It's 4th down. But credit to the Decorah pass rush for that's the real first time that there has been consistent pass rush for Decorah, or a sustained rush on a single play, I should put it that way.
They brought a linebacker on a blitz that time, Darren, and he was free. He was unblocked through the middle of the line of scrimmage.
Lammers to punt. He'll move forward, get the kick away. Nice directional punt that'll go out of bounds in the vicinity of the 20-yard line. And it'll be 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line, actually, or make it the 18. So a 32-yard punt, no return, 4:24 to play in the 3rd. It is a lead of 21-14 for West Delaware.
And Darren, for as much as West Delaware is pretty much dominated physically, give credit to the Viking defense coming out and first of all, getting a stop on the first drive of the half, and then after the drive fizzled out for Decorah in West Delaware territory, getting another stop, keeping this team in the ball game right now.
1st and 10, 18-yard line, I formation. Here is Steffen, gives to Hubden, left side, slips the defender across the 20, covered up near the 24-yard line. A gain on the play of 6. Kyle McGreen brought him down.
And the Vikings so far having more success running the football here in the second half, Darren. But, it's got to be a situation where you can put those plays together like we saw on that last drive. You get a nice gain on that trap play, but then you go back to it and you don't execute it correctly the second time. You have to get these 2 or 3 in a row. 2nd
and 4 from the 24. Here is option right side. Steffen makes a late pitch to Hubden, makes the catch at the 23 on the right side. He'll move ahead to the 29. 29-yard line and get knocked back from there. It'll be a first down and a gain of 6 yards for Hubden, and a good patient option play that time from Steffen.
That's what you like to see out of your quarterback, holding on to that ball until the very last second, pitching it out to Hubden, who was able to pick up a first down. And again, Darren, now it's just about sustaining these types of 4, 5, 6 yard carries. Eventually you make this West Delaware defense try to make some adjustments, and that's where you start having more success.
Football right hash, 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. 2 receivers left, split backs in the backfield. Steffen takes the snap, retreats in the pocket. A sidearm toss left side is caught by LaRue. He'll move ahead to the 39-yard line, brought down on the near side hash mark, brought down by Ridenauer. LaRue a little slow in getting up. It's going to be a gain of 9 yards, though.
Give credit to Cole Steffen tonight. He's fit the ball into some pretty tight windows, and again, there a defender flashing in front of LaRue's face, but he's able to haul it in. Nice. It's been a pretty decent mix so far in this second half of pass and run, Darren.
8 of 18, 160 yards for Steffen on the night. 2nd and 1 from the 39. 2:48 to play in the third. 21-14 Hawks. 2 receivers right. Split backs in the backfield. Steffen dropping back to throw. He's under immediate pressure. He'll throw down the right side. And the ball is caught and not able to hang on to it was Colin Nimrod, who muscled his way away from Maloney at the 40-yard line, came back to it, had it in his hands, couldn't corral it. He slammed the ground in frustration and is unable to catch it there. It's 3rd down.
Pretty similar to a couple of those plays we saw from West Delaware in the first half, Darren, where they were able to come up with the ball, but definitely one that Colin would love to have back, that's for sure.
3rd and 1 from the 39. Split backs with Wise and with Sinking. Wing left is Nimrod. Split to the left side, Heffern. Tight end right is Severson. Here is Steffen. Given to Wise. He got away from a defender in the backfield. He coughs up the football. It's taken by West Delaware at the 30. Up the far sideline comes the West Delaware man, and he gets knocked out of bounds at the 17-yard line. They're going to mark him at the 14. The man who made the fumble recovery. Honestly, with these jerseys, I have no clue. Garrett Wise a little slow in getting up on the far sideline, but that's the first turnover of the night, and West Delaware with the golden opportunity right here.
The Vikings did not account for the pressure on that play, Darren. It was a linebacker that came right up the middle, couldn't have timed up his blitz any better. He got across the line of scrimmage right as the ball was snapped and basically just blew that entire play up.
And as much as you love Garrett for trying to get some extra yardage and plays like that, you sometimes just cut your losses.
Yep.
It'll be 1st and 10 at the 14 in West Delaware or in Decorah territory. West Delaware up 21-14 with 2:27 to play in the 3rd quarter. Snap to Lammers, quarterback draw left side, hits the 12-yard line and gets thrown back by Cole Headington on the play. It's 1st down or 2nd down and 8 upcoming.
Going to have to be a 4-down approach again, Darren, as you've mentioned throughout the ballgame. West Delaware has yet to attempt a field goal on the season, so no reason to think that if you get them to 4th down, they're going to stop that trend now.
3 receivers right side, single receiver off to the left on a 2nd and 8 from the 12 with 1:55 to play in the 3rd. 21-14 West Delaware. Taking the snap is Lammers. Quarterback draw once again. Finds an opening inside the 10. Gets down to the 8. Lammers with a gain of 4. 3rd down upcoming. Jake Hubden on the stop.
One of those situations where, at this point, Darren, you got to, in this field position, you got to find a way to either step up and stop them short or force a turnover.
3rd and 4 from the 8-yard line, 1:22 to play. Lammers keeps it right side, moves ahead, loses control of the football, and on the back of the end zone, Decorah has the recovery with Severson. Did he get it in bounds? It doesn't matter, because if it goes back the outside the end zone, it will be a touchback for Decorah. Now the officials are discussing. Make a call, please. West Delaware wants a touchdown called. Official is giving a touchback call. So you called it there, buddy boy. You wanted the turnover, you got the turnover. The ratio now even.
It's just it's one of those situations, Darren, where as a player, you never want to think that you're out of a ball game or you're getting physically beaten. But in that situation, that's one of those times where, as a defender, you just have to find a way to rip that ball loose or get an interception. The Vikings did it that time, and again, this defense keeping the Vikings in the ballgame.
So first down and 10 from the 20-yard line. 1:16 to play in the third. Hovden and Leaps in an I formation. Vikings right to left. Pitch to Hovden left side. Trying to turn the corner. He gets dumped on the left numbers. At the 19-yard line, Lammers the stop. It's a loss of a yard.
And, on those pitch plays, we've seen it a couple times tonight, Darren. It's not enough to just get in that edge defender's way. You have to sustain that block so that Jake can make a cut up the field.
Second down and 11 from the 19-yard line. Football on the left hash. Still a one-score game, 21-14 West Delaware. Latter stages, third quarter. Vikes need a win and some help to get in the playoffs. Two receivers right side, I formation in the backfield. Single tight end left side is Severson. 8 in the box for West Delaware. Steffen takes the snap, drops back to throw. Tight end screen left side, caught by Severson. 20. He's to the 30, 35, 40. But there's a flag down at the 28-yard line as Severson brought down on the near side. Numbers at the 42-yard line. It was either Winter or Hartman who got a block in the back, and I'm going to be honest with you, Severson caught the pass downfield anyway, and it should have been 2 men illegally downfield anyway. You know what? It was set up pretty sweet. Unfortunately, executed not very well.
And a lot of times, Darren, you see those types of plays where, Severson had a path in front of him, and you can't know for sure. It happens fast in real time, but it's almost one of those situations where that block may not even be necessary because Severson is already making his way up the field.
It ends up being a 1-yard penalty. The block occurred at the 28. That'll move Decorah back to the 18, so it's 2nd and 12 in what could be the final play of the third quarter. 21-14 West Delaware. Left hash. Receivers left and right, tight end left. Split backs, Hovden and Leaps. Football on the left near hash mark. Steffen takes the snap, drops back, throws the right side, nearly intercepted. Brett LaRue, the intended target at the 30. Curley had the coverage. It's third down.
Back quarter. Nope.
Curley defending for the Hawks.
Third down upcoming. Football on the left hash mark. 6 seconds left in the third quarter. 21-14 West Delaware. Nimrod to the left side. Tight end left is Severson. Split right is Heffern. Football on the left hash. Hovden and Leaf split behind. Steffen, who takes the snap from Carter Zidlicki. He'll fire the right side. Catch made by Heffern at the 22. He gets brought down outside the numbers at the 26. He got 7. He needed 12. It's fourth down, and it's the fourth quarter for West Delaware and Decorah. 21-14 West Delaware after 3. Let's take a break for Wicks Construction and Vicks Heating and Plumbing. Here we go to the fourth quarter, 21-14 West Delaware, Chris.
Yeah, and I mean, if there's a silver lining to this ball game so far for the Vikings, it's got to be that this defense has come out in the second half and really performed well. They've kept the Vikings in the ball game, to be quite honest. You look at a number like West Delaware, I believe, in the first half, 4 of 8 on third downs. The Vikings held them to 0 of 3 in the third quarter, and those are the type of situations you have to step up in if you're going to come back and win this ball game.
Jacob Leaps will punt to Max Reidenauer. Carter Zidlicki is the snapper. Toe high snap back to Leaps. He'll move forward, get the kick away. It bounces at the 43. Reidenauer let it drop. It's going to roll inside the 35. Gabe Varney covers him up at the 31-yard line. So with the roll, it's a 44-yard punt, no return. 11:49 left. Hawks with the football back up 21-14.
And Darren, if there's anything more you can ask of this defense besides, holding West Delaware scoreless here in the second half, it would be, if you're going to get stops, do it in this situation. So, if you force West Delaware to punt, you're setting yourself up in a little bit better field position. But, it's tough to ask any more of this defensive unit than what they were able to do there in the third quarter.
No scoring yet here in the second half. Lammers 2 touchdown runs and a touchdown pass for West Delaware. They have the football at the 31, football on the left near hash mark as the Hawks move right to left. Lammers in the pistol, Bishop behind him. Bishop gets a call left side, hit near the 32-yard line, dragged down right there. Solo stop for Andy Sinkink. It's a gain of 2.
Those are the types of plays that you have to make. Sinkink coming up, hitting the seam right there as the defender, making the tackle, holding him to a 2-yard gain. And, when you do those types of things on first down, you force West Delaware to consider maybe putting the ball in the air here.
2nd and 8 from the 33-yard line. Lammers zone read left side, gets to the 35, hit and knocked to the sideline by Jake Hovden. They'll knock him out of bounds at the 37 with help coming from Eric Severson. It's 3rd down. Gain of 4. 11-13 left. Hawks 21, Decorah 14.
We talked about how hard it is to defend a dual-threat guy like Lammers. These are the situations where that becomes really tough. 3rd and 4. He's been able to get 4+ yards on a lot of his carries tonight, but you have to be vigilant for a pass play here.
3rd down upcoming. Lammers zone read left side. 1st down and more across the 40. Wrestled down on the near side. Numbers by Garrett Wise at the 49-yard line. It's a gain of 12 and a 1st down. The first 3rd down conversion of the second half for West Delaware.
Lammers getting the job done again, Darren, and you have to be impressed with, as badly as he was limping last week against Independence, he's come out here tonight and really gotten the job done.
Well, he's playing like a 3-year starter at quarterback.
Same formation.
11 minutes to play, 21-14 West Delaware. 1st and 10 from the 49-yard line. High snap to Lammers. He'll run to the left side. He got away from the ankle tackle of one man and goes out of bounds. It was Keegan Lilleveld's tackle that he got away from. Leaps escorted him to the boundary at the 47-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2. 2nd down upcoming.
Decorah aided a little bit there by the high snap. Didn't allow Lammers to get going as quickly as he wanted, but give the Vikings credit. The first defender coming up, slowing him down, and then obviously running him out of bounds at the end of the play.
2nd and 12 from the 47-yard line. Clock stopped, 10:45 to play, 21-14, West Delaware with the lead. Power eye out of the pistol. High snap to Lammers again. Give to Bishop. Hit by Andy Sinkink. Dragged down in the center of the field as he tried the right side and got to the 48. A gain of a yard. 3rd and long for West Delaware. 10:33 left. 21-14 West Delaware.
And, each subsequent 3rd down now, Darren, gets bigger and bigger. This obviously going to be the biggest one the Vikings have faced so far tonight, but 3rd and long, obviously, West Delaware probably going to cheat to the pass in this situation, I would think.
3rd and 11 from the 48-yard line. Lammers takes the snap, has all day to throw. He'll fire the right side. Incomplete. Colin Nimrod with the hit on the intended target outside the numbers at the 45. Believe that was Nagel. It's 4th down.
Big stop again, and not only do you cut them short of the 1st down, you get the incompletion, stop the clock, and again, this defense coming up big as they have all the second half.
1 first down, nothing more there. And Lammers on in punt formation once again. Hovden, the man back deep, and somebody moved early. That was West Delaware.
I don't know what that guy was thinking.
That'll be the 6th penalty for 40 yards for West Delaware. Vikes have been penalized once for 1 yard. Turnover ratio even at 1. Hawks leading 21-14. There's 10:06 to play yet, though. 43-yard line will be the line of scrimmage. A Stephan to Severson connection and a Leaps touchdown are the other touchdowns of the score night for Decorah. Hovden takes the ball on the hash mark from far side at the 14, gets a block to the 20. He's to the 25, 30. Jake to the 35, 44 sideline. He's to the 45 and dragged down. At the 48-yard line, the punt goes 43 yards, and running it back 34 is Jake Hovden. Great field position for Decorah. 9:52 left. 21-14 West Delaware.
Second special teams play tonight that we've seen Jake make. That the opening kickoff of the ball game, Darren. Obviously, he took it down inside West Delaware's 30, but this time we talked about the defense getting stops and helping in the field position game. That time, Jake Hovden doing his part to set up the offense with a short field.
9:52 left, 21-14 West Delaware. First and 10, Decorah, left to right, left hash from the 48 in their own territory. Sinking and Leaps split behind Stephen, who takes the snap, gives to Jacob Leaps left side, plows ahead up the hash mark, brought down at the West Delaware 48 for a gain of 4 yards.
That's a gain you're going to take on a play like that. Jacob Leaps just putting his head down, kind of bullying his way forward there. It looks like they're going to... Initially, they put up 2nd and 5 on the scoreboard. I'd thought that it was maybe a yard short of that, but he'll take 4 yards on a first down play there, Darren.
Second down and 6 from the 48. 2 receivers right, split backs in the backfield. Tight end left is Severson, left hash. 4 on the line of scrimmage for West Delaware. Give is to Leaps left side, plowing ahead up the hash mark, and he got brought down at the 40-yard line. Left hash, Leaps a gain of 8. First down to Decorah. 4 Hawks bring him down.
And again, throughout this second half, we've seen the Vikings be a lot more successful in that fullback run concept, and they just haven't been able to string enough of those together to soften up the West Delaware defense.
First and 10, West Delaware, 49 minutes to play, 21-14 West Delaware. 2 receivers left, split backs in the backfield. Give to Leaps left side, plows ahead off left tackle, and he gets knocked back from the 38. Give him a gain of 2 that time. Second down upcoming. 3 guys up front brought him down.
And, I guess in that situation, maybe you feed him until West Delaware kind of steps up and makes a play. That time they held him to just a gain of 1, but still, the Vikings at this point, with the clock winding down to around 8:15, you wonder what they'll do if they have to face maybe a 4th down at some point here. 2nd
and 8 from the 38. Dropping a throw is Stephen. Stephen with time. Lofts it right side. Going for Hovden. Makes the catch at the 30, and he's thrown out of bounds. In the vicinity of the 26-yard line, it'll be a gain of 12 and a first down. Sam Maloney in on the stop.
That was that same pass concept, Darren, that we saw earlier in the half, where Cole didn't really put the ball in a good spot for Jake. That time put a little more air under it, let him upfield a little bit more, and it gave Jake a chance to shield the defender from the ball, and the Vikings pick up a big first down.
First and 10, 26-yard line, 7:55 left. 21-14 West Delaware. Ball in West Delaware territory, right near side hash mark. Split backs, wing right, tight end right. Give to Hovden. Delayed move off right side. Gets inside the 20 to the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 11 and a first down. West Delaware constantly complaining that offensive line for Decorah is moving. They did that in the sophomore game last night. They're not moving, fellas.
No, and give Jake Hovden credit on that play. That, as far as I can tell, that play was not supposed to go up the middle, but you know what? A seam opened up, and as a ball carrier, you have to take advantage of that.
So, first and 10 at the West Delaware 15. LaRue and Nimrod to the right side. Tight end left is Severson. Split backs, Leaps and Hovden. Football right near side hash mark. Stephen takes the snap, pitch to Leaps left side. A block from Hovden trying to turn the corner. He gets inside the 15, turns up the numbers, and gets brought down at the 11-yard line. A gain of 4 and a second down upcoming. 7 minutes to play, 21-14 West Delaware.
This has been a pretty impressive drive by this Decorah offense. We've seen the defense get it done throughout the second half, and now the offense doing their part. The only thing you cannot do in this situation now, Darren, is cough the ball up.
2nd and 6 from the 11-yard line.
As I knock on wood.
2 receivers right, tight end left. Split backs, Leaps and Hovden, football left hash. Stephen takes the snap, gives to Leaps into a crowd left side, brought down right at the 10. A gain of a yard, 3rd and 5 upcoming, the newest, biggest play of the game right here.
Yeah, exactly, Darren. Each one gets bigger and bigger, but, this Decorah offense, again, really impressive on this drive, coming down to the wire right at the 10-yard line of West Delaware, and these are the moments as an athlete that you love to be in.
6:22 left, and Leafs out for an equipment issue. And Zach Lee is coming into the lineup. 3rd and 5 from the 10-yard line. Football on the left far side, hash mark. Hawks up 21-14 as we hit the 6:20 mark of the game. LaRue to the right side. Wing right is Nimrod, tight end to the left side, Severson. Lee and Hubden in an I formation. Cole Steffen takes the snap, gives to Jake, right side, hit from behind and dragged down right at the 10. The man who brought him down was Bennett Cole. It's 4th down as we hit the halfway point of the 4th quarter, 21-14 West Delaware.
Big play coming up here. It doesn't look like the Vikes are going to mess around. They know that time's starting to tick down, and to get back in this ball game, you're going to have to score a touchdown. So offense back on the field here for a huge 4th down.
You can get a 1st down at the 5-yard line. 4th and 5 from the 10. Split backs, wing right, split right, tight end left. Steffen takes the snap, wing back sweep to Nimrod left side. Looking to turn the corner. He gets inside the 5, fighting to the goal line, and he's knocked out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Colin Nimrod with a gain of 8 yards. 1st and goal for Decorah.
First time we've seen that play tonight, Darren. Colin Nimrod coming across, basically kind of a jet sweep, I guess, except Cole had to turn around to hand the ball off. I guess you'd call it more of an end around, but either way, Colin, first of all, doing a nice job of cutting up the field, making sure he got the 1st down, but then fighting his way down close to the goal line.
1st and goal at the 2. Split backs, wing left, tight end right. Split to the left side. Here is Steffen trying to sneak it. He tried to go right up the middle and got covered up right near the 1-yard line. Carter Zidlicki got stood up on the play, and that knocked Steffen back. Gain of maybe a yard, 2nd and goal upcoming.
Well, if you're Cole there, Darren, you have to pick a side on a quarterback sneak. You can't depend on your center to just pave the way for you. Typically on those types of plays, your center and guard are going to make a lane for you. Either way, you have to pick a side there and try to sneak in.
2nd and goal at the 1, 4:50 left. 21-14 West Delaware. Split backs, wing left. Here is Steffen taking, given to Leaps, right side. Got denied the end zone. Leaps went off the right side. The left side of the West Delaware defense responds. It's 3rd and goal.
Well, Darren, we saw Decorah go for it on 4th and 5 from the 10. Obviously, they're going to have 2 plays here, and that gives you 2 plays to pick up about a yard. So this is crunch time, and if you're the Decorah offensive line, this is where you have to stand up, take pride in the way you play, and just muscle your way in for a yard.
3rd and goal from the 1-yard line. Steffen under center. Takes the snap, pitch to Leaps, right side, into the end zone, touchdown! The Vikes within an extra point of tying it up with 4:04 to play!
Well, Darren, the first 2 opportunities from about the 1-yard line, the Vikes tried to go up the middle. Nothing doing that time. They pitch it. The ball carrier doesn't necessarily have to get all the way outside. He didn't that time. He saw the lane open up, cut it upfield for the touchdown, and the Vikes an extra point away here from tying up this ball game.
So 4:04 left. 21-20 the score. Steffen will hold. Sinking for the PAT. Snap, spot, kick. Up. Good. 21-21. 4:04 left. Let's take a break for Burning Rock Products and Plan One Financial. Are we having fun yet, ladies and gentlemen?
This is a Decorah West Delaware matchup if I've ever seen one, Darren. This is exactly what you'd expect out of these 2 squads.
21-21, 4:04 to play. Andy Sinking with the kick. Rolling down to the 23-yard line, taken by one of the up backs. I believe it's Bishop. He runs across the 35 and gets covered up at the 38-yard line. So good field position for West Delaware. All 3 timeouts remaining. 3:59 left, 21-21. The touchdown a moment ago for Jacob Leaps, his 2nd of the game. His the first score for either squad here in the second half.
important to keep in mind here, Darren, there's still 4 minutes left in the ball game, so from this field position, West Delaware probably doesn't have to switch up, anything game plan-wise, but that also means if you're the Decorah defense, just keep doing what you've been doing. You've been bowing your neck really well here in this second half. This is just going to be some straight-up football between two pretty good squads here.
1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Right now we're in motion left to right. Zone read left side. Lammers runs to the 40. He's to the 45, 50 near side. Numbers to the 40. Stiff arms a man at the 35, and he throws. Marshall Johnson throws him out of bounds. They're going to mark him at the 21-yard line, and Lammers a little slow in getting up as well. They're going to mark him at the 31. It is a gain on the play of 31 and a first down. Lammers back to his feet. Another zone read. Well executed by West Delaware.
They've executed that play well all night, Darren.
1st and 10, 31-yard line, 3:50 left. West Delaware 21, Decorah 21. 3 receivers left side, single receiver off to the right. Lammers in the shotgun, Bishop to his right. Right now we're in motion left to right. Give to Bishop, left side, finds a gap inside the 30, stumbles ahead and gets covered up at the 27. A gain of 5.
Christopher Hartman on the tackle.
Call it a gain of 4. Hartman on the stop.
And, now you've entered some interesting territory here, Darren, because with the clock winding down like it is, West Delaware, going to try to take probably as much time off as they can.
2nd and 7 from the 27-yard line. Right now we're in motion left to right, and somebody moved early. I believe it was West Delaware. Yep. Illegal procedure. So 2nd down and 11 from the Decorah 32-yard line. 3:19 left. 21-21 ball game.
And the other thing, Darren, as we've talked about a lot throughout the night, if you're Decorah, this basically becomes about keeping West Delaware out of the end zone because, like you've said, they have not attempted a field goal yet this year.
2nd and 12 from the 32-yard line. High snap to Lammers. He'll throw the left side, and he threw it too short of Owen Ward. Incomplete outside the numbers, near side at the 22, covered by Nolan Heffern. It's 3rd down.
Stops the clock there, Darren, on the incompletion. As we get down towards 3 minutes and a huge 3rd down here for the Decorah defense.
3:09 left. 3rd and 12 from the 32-yard line.
You've got to think this is a two-play approach in this situation for West Delaware offensively as well. 3
receivers, right, Curley off to the near side, left football on the left hash. Lammers in the shotgun, Bishop off to his left. Lammers takes the snap, zone read left side, nice blocking. He runs to the 25, gets ahead to the 22. He'll be just shy of a first down on a gain of about 10. It's 4th and a yard upcoming. 3 minutes left.
And that's one of those things, Darren, where you don't want to get too predictable, but it's almost as if if you're West Delaware, just keep feeding that play because Decorah has not stopped it once tonight.
West Delaware taking all the time they can. 2:39 left. It's 21-21. Tell you what, any way you look at it, it's been a hell of a football game tonight. 4th and 2 from the 22-yard line. High snap to Lammers, zone read left side, looking to turn the corner. He gets inside the 20, knocked to the sideline at the 18-yard line, brought down by Leaps and Hovden. First down. Brent Lammers does it again for the West Delaware Hawks.
And again, zone read, West Delaware's executed that play pretty much perfectly all night. The Vikings have not had an answer for it.
1st and 10, 19-yard line. Clock stopped. 2:22 left. We are tied at 22. 2 receivers right, single receiver off to the left. Lammers keeps it right side. Tries to bounce it right to the outside. He breaks the tackle inside the 15 to the 10 to the 5. Lives to the end zone. Touchdown. Brent Lammers. A total quarterback keep, and he got a heck of a lot of help out front. He scores his 3rd rushing touchdown of the night. West Delaware up 27-21. 21, 2:08 to play.
You know, Darren, there's two ways of looking at this situation. One would be you still had about 18 yards of ground to cover. You could have gotten a stop there, but if West Delaware was going to score a touchdown there, better that they do it with more time on the clock.
Yeah, granted, you don't want to give up the score, but in that situation, Alex Reitz will be on for the point after. Snap, spot, kick, up. Good. West Delaware 28, Decorah 21. 2:08 to play. Vikes with all 3 timeouts remaining. Here we go, C-Dubs.
This is, throughout my time around the game of football, Darren, I don't think anyone would be surprised that I'm a little bit biased towards the offensive side of the ball. But these are the situations as, a quarterback, a running back, a wide receiver. These are the situations that you live for. You want to be the guy that steps up and makes the play in this situation. So, you can't be going out on the field right now with your tail between your legs thinking that it's a tough hill to climb. It is a tough hill to climb at this point, but this is it's this drive or the season.
It's like Gene Hackman tells Keanu Reeves in The Replacement, I want the ball. Winners always do.
There you go.
Well, there's under a minute left in Waverly. Waverly leading Charles City 14-12. These scores remain the same. Charles City would be the 4 seed. Waverly would be the 2 seed. West Delaware would be the district champion. And Independence would be the 3 seed. Independence playing non-districts tonight. West Delaware will kick off from right to left. By the way, we will get our transmitter back on when it goes off at 9:59. There might be a brief sense of static, but stay with us. We will not leave the air, but there will be probably a brief sense of static, but Ryan Delahant will get us back on the air. Kicking off from right to left will be West Delaware. Deep kick coming down to Colin Nimrod at the 10. Straight ahead 15. He's to the 20, 25, 30. Colin to the 35 and dragged down. They're going to mark him at the 34. Colin just a nice patient return. 1st and 10, 34-yard line in West Delaware or in Decorah territory. 2:02 to play. 28-21 West Delaware. Here we go. Waverly Shellrock has beaten Charles City 14-12.
And that's a situation where you like that patient return. A lot of times in this situation, you'll see a return man get ahead of himself, try to make something happen on his own, and that's where you get, stoned inside your own 20. That time, Colin making sure the Vikings have decent starting field position on this crucial drive.
1st and 10, 33-yard line, pro set offense, tight end right. Drive it to throws. Cole Steffen throws the left side catch made by LaRue. He's out across the 40, shuns the defender to the 45. He's to the 54 sideline. He's to the 45. Loses the football, but they're going to say he was down at the 40. Brett LaRue lost the football, but they say he was down, and he's slow and getting up at the 40-yard line. Heck of a run for LaRue. 26 to the good and a first down. Minute 20 or minute 50 to play.
Those are the type of plays, in my opinion, Darren, that separate average receivers from above average receivers. When you can take a short pass like that, make a defender miss, and gain yardage after the play in this big of a spot, that's an outstanding catch and run by Brett LaRue.
1:50 left. Brett LaRue was down on the far sideline getting attended to by Dr. Dave and Kelly Ruckert, and that's just a sign. I think he might have landed on the football, and he might be slow in getting up there. We hope everything works out all right there, because tell you what, that was just one heck of a play. A lot of 1-2 that time from Brett LaRue.
That'll happen, Darren, when the season is on the brink.
So, LaRue still getting attended to. He's right exactly on the field. on the far side right now, and we hope everything will be all right there. And oh boy, they're bringing out the stretcher. I hope that's going to be only precautionary there. The nice thing is that with the close proximity and no track involved, that stretcher gets there in no time. But
he is moving. Important to point out. He is moving.
He's up into a sitting
now
position,
they're taking it back.
And they're taking that stretcher away.
That's great to see.
So, 1:50 left, 28-21 West Delaware. Decorah first and 10 at the West Delaware 40. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, this is fun. 8 more points on the Vikes side. It'll be even more fun. First and 10, West Delaware 40. Decorah moving left to right. Football on the left or far side hash mark as the clock will run inside of a minute 40 to play. Decorah with all 3 timeouts remaining. Heffern left. Nimrod right. Split backs, Hovden and Leaps. Tight end right is Severson. Steffen takes the snap, drops back to throw. Steffen with time, clearing it out on the left side, going for Heffern, incomplete. Covered well, I believe, by Maloney up the far side. Second down upcoming, 1:29 left.
Again, a situation there from Cole, where if you're going to miss on that pass, you want to miss long. He did the right thing there. You don't want to give the defender a chance to come down with that ball, and it falls to the ground. You live to play another down.
Second down and 10 upcoming from the 40-yard line. Vikes got away with the too many men in the huddle there. Heffern and Knight to the right side. Split backs, Leaps and Hovden. Tight end left is Severson. Football on the left hash. Driving to throw is Steffen. Steffen with time. Screen pass left side caught by Jake. Gets a block to the 40. Runs right to the 35. He's to the 30. Near side 20. 10. 5. Touchdown! Vikes with an extra point of tying it up with a minute 16 to play. The screen pass to Jake Hovden. He got great interference up front. It's 28-27. 1:16 left.
You know what, Darren? That's a complete team play right there. The execution was perfect, but you got to give Jake credit. Big players, the old cliche is big players make big plays in big games, and that was a big play by Jake Hovden right there.
Swinging gate on the left hash mark. Jacob Marlowe will be the center. Cole Steffen will be the holder. Andy Sinkink for the PAT. And now the swinging gate is on the right. Option left side. Steffen makes the pitch to Sinkink. Sinkink gets to the 5 and gets covered up. The Vikes tried a little trickery there as they brought the swinging gate from the left hash mark over to the right. The Vikes had numbers on that left side. Marlowe snapped it to Steffen, and they're looking for an option look, but West Delaware was able to recover.
Yeah, and you're exactly right, Darren. It's a numbers game when you get down to it. If you see that you have the matchup that you want out there, you go ahead and try it. We've seen it happen before. I remember a few years ago down at Marion in overtime, we were going to try that exact same play, but we didn't have the numbers. Called a timeout and kicked the extra point. But that time, if you have the numbers, that's what you've learned. That's why you practice that play to go out there and try to execute it. Unfortunately, that time it just didn't happen.
This is Vikings Radio 1240 KDEC Decorah. Vikes 28-27 deficit to West Delaware. With a minute 16 left. Decorah does have all 3 timeouts remaining here. Obviously, it's going to be a onside kick with this short a time. But you do have all 3 timeouts remaining. So if you don't recover the onside kick, you're not dead. Oh, boy. Sinkink has his football teed up in the center of the field. Vikes will send 6 guys to the left side and 4 guys to the right. West Delaware with 10 guys between the 50 and the 40. Here's the roller left side. Nice hop, but it's gloved well by West Delaware, and Gabe Barney brings down the West Delaware man at the 49-yard line. You know what?
That's about as good a hop as you can get on that type of play, Darren.
I know Andy's a little upset with himself, but you know what? Andy did all he could, and you know what? The young man from West Delaware made a heck of a play.
Well, that's exactly what you're hoping for in that situation is, like, right before it gets to that front line, it takes a big hop. It did. Give credit to West Delaware going up making the play, but like you mentioned, Vikes with all 3 timeouts, but that means it's got to be 3 consecutive stops here.
No doubt. And you know what? Tip of the hat to Coach Post for going for it.
Yeah, that takes guts for sure.
Or some other derivative of that word.
This is where that gang tackling mentality comes into play even more, Darren. Got to strip that ball out.
Here's the give off the right side. No keeping it is Lammers. He runs inside the 45 to the 44, and the Vikes will take a timeout with 1:07 left. And you know what? It would have meant a playoff berth if you make it. And with the season on the line, you make that and you win this ball game, you're hosting a game next Wednesday night. And yes, you can take your chances in overtime. But anyone who screams Decorah is boring, old conservative, and doesn't do modern things and doesn't do trickeration, I'm calling BS on that after that call.
Yeah, and after that, it's when it comes down to a play like that, it's basically kind of a risk-reward analysis. And as a team, as a staff, if you deem that the risk is worth it, then you go for it. You can't, like you said, you can take your chances in overtime. But the way this ball game has gone to this point, I don't think you can fault this coaching staff at all for calling that play.
You know what? There's a reason that guy's going into the Hall of Fame in 3 weeks or 4 weeks, but night of the 3A state championship game, and 1 first down here in West Delaware seals it. It's 2nd and 4 from the 44-yard line. Lammers going to be in the power eye pistol. Receivers left and right. Lammer's going to keep it off the left side. He's going to plow ahead. He's going to get the first down inside the 40, and West Delaware is going to win the district championship. And heartbreak as the season going to come to an end for Decorah.
Timeout, Decorah.
Decorah will call a timeout with a minute left. Well, the reason it hurts right now is I think you got to keep things in perspective, Chris. It hurts because, let's face it, we've been spoiled.
Yeah.
As Decorah fans, we've state champs 2 years ago and quarterfinals each of the last 6 years. They're one of 2 schools in the state to do that. Unfortunately, the season's going to come to an end tonight, but wow, it's...
What a way for it to come to an end, though.
Well, and this group of young men left everything on the field tonight. You can't say they did last week against Sherrill City. They did tonight. You agree?
Yeah, absolutely. And,
First and 10, 38-yard line. Lammers keeps it left side, plows ahead, and gets inside the 35 to the 34. And we'll call a timeout.
I don't think there's anybody that would deny that they came in and they were, a play away from knocking off a team that's, quite frankly, probably a little bit better than them at this point, and on their home field, no less. This group of kids battled a lot of adversity throughout the year. Whether you go back to week 1, they went down to North Fayette and pretty much got physically dominated throughout that entire game, or if you go fast forward a few weeks, the homecoming loss to Waverly, they responded after that game extremely well. And look, and injuries are never an excuse, but this team had a lot of kids go down. You were without Jay Covden for 3 games. Drake Skirring, your starting quarterback, goes down. Colin Nimrod, that's 3 of your senior leaders that were down from 1 or more games this year, and it's tough to win when that happens. That's not an excuse, as down to 1 knee will go Brent Lammers, and West Delaware will probably have to do that 1 more time. what I'm sure will be a lot of conversation about that decision to try to get the 2 points, Darren, is give credit to the West Delaware kids for stepping up in a situation that they haven't seen on film because we haven't done it this year. So, give credit to them for being ready for it, making the stop, and
Lammers will go down to one knee, and congratulations to the West Delaware Hawks. They're going to be the number 1 seed out of Class 3A District 3, and unfortunately, game number 9 will be the final game of the season for the Decorah Vikings. 28-27, West Delaware defeats Decorah. Decorah scored a touchdown with 1:16 left. They try to fake 2-point play, and West Delaware sniffed it out. And again, I think the big thing out of this one is you had some regrets the way you played last week. I don't think any guy wearing white has any regrets here tonight.
There is no reason for anybody on this team tonight, Darren, to leave this field thinking that they didn't give it all they had, because the effort that these guys showed, particularly, Darren, I want to point out the effort that that defensive group for Decorah put out there in the second half when they had their backs against the wall a couple times. They were able to keep Decorah in the ball game all night long, and then obviously in the latter stages of the second half, the offense able to kind of come to life, put 2 scores on the board, and this is one of those things where, it sounds cliche, it sounds a little corny, but these Decorah kids really have nothing to hang their heads about after the way they played tonight.
And you know what? You're not in the playoffs, and that's your goal every year. But this nonsense that people try to say, the expanded playoffs, that all that it does is reward 2 and 3 win teams. This is an above 500 team tonight that unfortunately doesn't get to play a 10th game, and they don't deserve to play a 10th game because they didn't do enough within the structure to do so. But you know what? I think, again, getting back to perspective, getting back to big picture, a down season for this program is 5-4. We have to appreciate that as Decorah Viking fans.
There are so many programs out there, Darren, that struggle through 1-8, 0-9 year after year, and it's no fun to be, a part of one of those programs. And we've said it so many times as Decorah Viking football supporters. We've been so spoiled over the past few years with great teams, and this is a team that, they're not going to be in the playoffs, but man, this was I sure had a lot of fun during this season, and I was proud to be associated with this particular group of guys.
Well, we're going to wrap it up here, Chris. We'll do an interview with Coach Post later on. We'll put it on our YouTube channel, and we'll have those comments on sports tomorrow morning. You and I are going to continue next week and do some Southwind Warrior football starting next Wednesday night. But, Chris, your final thoughts on what I hope for your sake is nothing personal. It's your final Decorah Viking football game, because hopefully next fall you're beyond bigger and better things once you get done with Winona State. But I got to tell you, you've done an awesome job. I've appreciated everything you've done for the broadcast and putting us out a quality product. And you know what? You got a future in this business, kid.
I sure appreciate that, Darren. And, I just got to, first of all, thank you for letting me come along the past couple years. I want to say thank you to everybody I know who's listened all year long. And it's a game like tonight's game, Darren, that really, it makes you kind of step back and appreciate the fact that we get to be a part of these kinds of things, even though it doesn't come out the way you want it sometimes. I couldn't imagine spending Friday nights in the fall any other way than I have over the past 2 years. So, I just thank you and, the people at the station for letting me come along.
That's going to do it for the broadcast. Many people to thank for making it possible. Ryan Dillahan for keeping us on the air. We thank him for doing that at the end of the game tonight at the 10 o'clock hour. We thank KWLC for giving us a little bit of their time tonight. We also want to thank our advertisers, the good sports-minded people who helped us bring the game wherever you were tonight. Without their help, this coverage would not be possible. So as always, we encourage you to support the businesses who support local high school sports. And lastly, and most importantly, we thank you, that's right, you, the listener, for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. If not, the outcome, final score 28-27. West Delaware with the win. They're the district champs. Decorah's season is done. We'll be with you next Wednesday night for Southwind Warrior playoff football at 7 o'clock from Kilmer, and those games will be heard on FM 100.5. So for Chris Wanless, I'm Darren Swenson saying so long from West Delaware. The Vikes close out their season 5-4, 28-27. West Delaware gets the win tonight. Thanks a bunch for tuning in. We will talk to you again next Wednesday night.